최고.
Hello. Hello, hello. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Hi, Teamworm. Hi, Crazy Pants.
Hello.
There we go. I was about to say, I only heard one hello. Also, hello, Dirk. I know you're here too. Okay, so we left off, we were attempting to get Raticate to be able to smell berries on bushes. That's our current goal. These bushes produce berries. Raticate will eat the berries if he knows they exist. Maybe Raticate deserves to starve to death. He is... I do get the vibe from the Pokemon series that, like, Raticate's kind of a dick. You're not really supposed to like Raticate as, like, a... Like, he's not a hero, you know? If you like Raticate, you're, like, kind of, like... you know, you're like the kid that roots for Team Rocket. Oh, hey, there's Dirk's hello. And, you know, I think that's evidenced by Raticate being, one, he's a rat. There's a lot of stereotypes associated with rats. Two, Team Rocket uses him like a lot. So he's kind of hanging out with like Zubat and coughing in the like, we're kind of the shitbag people use us kind of situation. This message not endorsed by youngster Joey. Well, now he has Rattatas, right? I feel like Raticate's a little less... He's a little less, like, nice. I feel, personally. But he doesn't deserve to starve to death. He exists because nature made him exist, you know? Nature was like, yes, I approve of you in this form. So that's not fair. It wouldn't be fair for nature to make him and then also deny him his delicious berry foods. Shoot, and Coding Autistic, someone who's been in chat, left a comment on one of my videos that was like, I like how this implies that Raticate is an herbivore. And I didn't really think about that. Like, this is where we're starting. But, you know, Raticate would probably eat whatever the fuck he could get his little paws on. So once we develop code for hunting and also for eating dead bodies, yeah, Raticate, he might eat some dead bodies. Nature's not inherently morally good. Yeah, exactly. So that's why I'm saying Raticate doesn't deserve to starve to death, because nature is just kind of like whatever about it. And nature would be the one who would have to decide to have Raticate starve to death. He's a whatever the fuckivore. Very cute. Very, very family friendly. Very cute. Okay, so what we're gonna do currently, Raticate has an area 2D that lets him sniff. That's the idea. It's his food detection area. But whoa, didn't mean to move you, Raticate. I actually do I want one bush outside of the range. Nope. Which is the bush? Which bush? Which bush can I move? I was able to move them. Okay, you know what? Fine, Raticate here. There we go. So currently he has the area, but it's not connected to the bushes. So what we need to do is we need to go to Raticate, and then we need to make his resource detection area check to see what's inside of it. It needs to find the objects inside of it, and specifically it needs to find the bushes that are inside of it. So we got to figure out how to do that. And then once it does that, then we check the closest bush, and then we ask the bush, how many berries do you have? If the answer is more than 0 berries, then Raticate's gonna go eat those berries. Have I made mask collisions? There is already a mask. So we have layer 16 is the smell layer. If you can be smelled, then you will be on layer 16. So this mask is looking toward layer 16 to say, hey, is there anything I can smell? The bushes exist on layer 16 to be like, hey, you can smell me. So yeah, I guess we have the collision set up, but now we need to actually make them talk to each other. And I was looking at some stuff. There is a line of code for areas called get overlapping areas. So I think we can use that to figure out. I gotta move this. There we go. We can use that to figure out what is inside of this area. Is I think that's gonna be the thing we do. And then I think we also there's gonna be some issues here because I don't understand one specific thing, which is that each bush like has berries. They have each bush has its own variable that corresponds with the number of berries it has, but Raticate's gotta like bring that information in somehow and keep them separate. So I don't actually know how to do that, and maybe the answer is Raticate just checks each bush's berry value. So Raticate never knows all the berry values. He just knows, okay, I want to know bush number 1. What's your berry value? Oh, it's 0? Okay, fuck you, get out of my hair. I'm gonna look for bush number 2. Something like that. And so hopefully there isn't a problem with the fact that this variable has the same name inside of every bush script. Like, hopefully that's okay. Okay, so then what we need to do is first we need to get the positions of the things. We need to get which things overlap. So I think we can just put that in Raticate's script. Oh, also, if we finish this, if we get this done relatively early, this might take the whole stream. It'll probably take the whole stream. I want to conceptualize how to organize this my whole game project. Hey. No. Stupid cat. I can add the berry count in an array on collision within Raticate or during sniffing. Yeah, I'm thinking though I can actually avoid... Potentially I can avoid getting the berry count. I know we need to make an array to get a list of all the objects. One moment. Hey. You just set the spray bottle in front of her and she's done. She's done being a little bitch. We need to use an array to collect the locations of all of the bushes that are within Raticate's sniffing area. I don't know if like I said, I don't know if we actually need to get all of the berry counts. I think we can grab the berry count one at a time as we check, potentially. I'm not sure though. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna try to get this done and then try to reorganize, restructure not only the file system, because boy, there's just a lot of files just sitting out. But I also want to reconceptualize like components. So like there's this cool video that I was watching. I think I still have it up. Using composition. Yeah. This, I'm just gonna drag it over. And so essentially the way this guy explained his thought process is like for an enemy, he just has all of these things, like a hurt box, sure. He calls everything a component. Wow, he has a thing called the Gibbinator component. No idea what the fuck that is. I think that might be how it dies. But he has like a scene for handling velocity, a scene for pathfinding, a scene for collision, a scene for the enemy's shadow, a scene for health. And so like if he gives the enemy a hurt box, it can get hurt, but it can't actually lose health yet until it has the health component, and then he easily connects the two with some exported variables. I need to restructure the systems to match something like that. Something similar. I have to store only the biggest and check if each new is bigger. Well, so Dirk, you might have missed it, but I was kind of saying that like maybe for the sake of simplicity, we don't even worry about him going toward the largest bush for now. first to get it working, I just want him to find the closest bush with food, and then he just goes to that bush and he gobbles down all the food, and then he does the check again, looks for the closest bush to food. So he's just gonna be like fucking going everywhere fast, rather than dealing with the extra math involved, at least initially, with calculating like where is the most dense patch of berries. I think that'll be easier for like error checking, for proof of concept functionality, for prototyping. So yeah, I'll worry about the fact that this Raticate script probably has a bunch of things that should be broken down into different components. I'll worry about that later. For now, what we want to do is figure out how to do what we want to do, how to make Raticate sniff the bushes. So I think first we need an array, right? So I think we're just gonna like make an array, and I believe the syntax for that is just you just use the little bracketies. So we're gonna make a variable. What do we call it? Like, okay, he's sniffing out food. It's not necessarily just berries. We might reuse this for another creature. Maybe like potential food? How about potential food source? We'll call it potential food source. And then let me look at exactly how this is done. Okay. The guide that I was using, I'm going to bring it up in Firefox, was the non-coder's guide to GDScript. Very, very cute. And then apparently arrays are just lists. I thought arrays actually had the ability to be like a table, to be like two-dimensional. But actually it seems like those are dictionaries in Godot. And the dictionary is very specific. It's like each thing has a key associated with it. It's not just information you can store in a matrix. I thought an array would be like a matrix, but an array is just a list. Okay, so let me jump through here. Yeah, great. So you just give your, you name your variable, name it whatever you want. He's calling this array list because he specifically noted that Python calls arrays lists. Arrays are like 1D matrices. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I was not thinking about it that way, but that is exactly what they are. Yeah. And then he showcased that you can put fucking anything in this list. You can put integers, you can put floating values, you can put text. You can even put scenes. If you reference a scene in an array, it just gives you like the ID of that scene, which is cool. So I'm hoping all we have to do is like we check for the object that we need, in this case berry bushes, and then we just we just add them to the end of I still don't know where the brackets are. With touch typing, my pinky is still learning where those are. So yeah, I think all we have to do is if we populate the list with the object, it should just have the object's actual ID, instead of just giving me the name like berry bush 1, 2, or 3. And then when I go to be like, find the location of that berry bush, the script would be like, I have no idea what that means. Hopefully it'll be the actual object ID. And so then when I say find where this thing is, it'll be like, I know exactly where that thing is. Here's the XY coordinates. Then I could be like, get me directions to it. We can, actually all we have to do is, once we know that it has food, we just tell Raticate that that's your best food source. We just tell Raticate like, hey, that's your current best food source. Your target, that's your target prop. So all we're gonna have to do is define it as the target prop for this script, and then the script will just handle him going to that thing just fine. And then he'll look for food there. And if there's no food there, then he'll look for a new target prop. Just got to make sure we put it in the right place. Okay, so it's mad at me. Why are you mad at me? Let me look at your structure. Your structure's fine. Your thing's not mad at you. Am I not allowed to just leave it empty? I should actually read the error, huh? Expected end statement after variable declaration found in open bracket instead. Shit. You need an equal sign. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, duh. Okay. All right. Okay. Yep, you're right. You're right, Godot. Sorry, you know better than I do. You are you. You know how you work. I would hope. My God. Okay, so now we have a potential food source array. It's empty. If we now somewhere, if we do like potential food source and then append, that will let us add things to it. We got to do it in the right place. Okay, so we need to do it in the right place. So that's going to be probably the at best food source check. That's the part of the behavior tree where Raticate's like, he has decided he is hungry more than anything else, and he needs to find some food. So currently he just has a prop, a target prop, and we just set that. So we've just been telling him, hey, here's this one bush, go to that bush, for the purpose of testing this. But now we need to actually have him figure out which prop that should be. And so if we go back to Raticate, I'm not sure if I should just outright remove this. I mean, I saved a backup this morning, so it's probably okay. So I guess we don't want to export this variable anymore. We don't want to set it in the little inspector zone. Right, and actually it's not even target prop that we could also set. It's food. So we don't want to set food. We want him to set that from now on. And I guess honestly, same thing with current prop. Those we shouldn't be fucking with. It's unnecessary to have them over here. God, the buildings as well. Okay, yeah, a lot of this I just made them all exported variables, I think, while testing things, and we don't fucking need that. So okay. So then currently previously the way it worked is we would set something as food, and then when he needed to eat, he would decide that his target prop was the food prop, in this case a berry bush, and then he would try to go there. If he was not already there, he would check, am I there? No. Okay, I'm gonna go there. Then when he gets there, the script checks, are you close? Are you within like 16 pixels, which is like the size of a tile in the game? And then if yes, then it says, okay, that's your current prop. That's like where you currently are. You're in front of this bush, you may now eat it. So we need to change the food source check because he needs to find his best food source. And I don't know how to do that. We're gonna have to fucking walk through that step by step. Okay. So, all right, actually it's 32 pixels because I stupidly, when I imported a bunch of things, they are 16 by 16, but they're like magnified to be double size because there are some things that were actually 32 by 32, but every pixel was like 2 pixels by 2 pixel. And I just did a quick hacky fix, and then now So actually, tile size is 32 by 32. Oops. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite me in the ass. It should be okay, but it's really annoying to remember. If I bring in an asset that's 16 by 60 and I have to magnify it by 2. Probably also affects performance maybe a tiny bit to just be needlessly magnifying everything. Whatever, shouldn't matter. 16-bit or 16 by 16 images doubled to 32 shouldn't really fuck with performance that much, I would hope. Clip the foreshadowing, oh my god. I would not be surprised if it caused a problem. I would also not be surprised if it didn't. When you know nothing, you shouldn't be surprised if you're surprised about anything, you know? Okay, so we already have a functionality for if he's at the best food. And that's not what we want to fuck with. What we want to fuck with is when he's not there. So we're calling the function actor get best food. So then I suppose it would make the most sense to go back to Radicate and find that function. Because currently that function is probably just like, yeah, it's just like set your current prop equal to food. The food prop that the human being outside of the code designated as your food source. So now instead what we want to do with this is we need to calculate overlapping area. So we want to take information, I think from the area 2D, not from the collision shape. The area 2D gets its info using the collision shape, but we want info from resource detection. So let's see. If we do just like resource detection and then what was that thing? What was that thing? Area dot get overlapping areas. So I have no idea what actually this will return. Identify a resource detection not declared in the current scope. Oh, nope. Okay. Interesting. What is your... All right, I'm just going to drag you in. Oh my god, I need the $sign, right? Fucking the grammar. The coding grammar. I just fucking can't. Okay, so then what I actually want to just do is print this. So the game's probably going to crash, or not crash at least. If Radicate tries to go find food, he's going to fail. So actually then, yeah, for now, let's go back and let's leave this like that. Oh, but also I made you a non-exportable variable. Okay, no, we'll just commit to it. We'll just commit to it. Okay. I want to print that value and see what we get and make sure we get something. So probably just the ready function. I just want to print that resource detection, get overlapping areas, just to see what it gives us. So I know what the fuck we're working with. And what, can I put anything inside there? Will you give me a hint as to what might go in here? No? Okay. All right, good deal. Okay, so hopefully it doesn't just crash. All I need to do is have it run for a fucking frame. Okay. Fucker didn't print anything. Really? Are there no overlapping areas? Hold on. Okay, so there definitely are. So we should get something like immediately. And actually, can I just... we're looking at Radicate and his script. Can I just like click on you? A control and a click and get that info? Returns a list of intersecting area 2Ds. The overlapping areas collision object 2D.collision layer must be part of this area's collision object 2D.collision mask in order to be detected. Okay, that should be the case. Our Raticate's sniffing collision shape has a mask at 16, so it means it's looking toward anything whose layer is set to 16. And we already checked that the bushes are set to layer 16, their collision layer. For performance reasons, collisions are all processed at the same time. Oh. This list is modified once during the physics step, not immediately after objects are moved. Consider using signals instead. Oh, that's interesting. So you'd like send a signal if something is moved. Yeah, that's a cool idea. Okay. Ooh, get overlapping bodies. Maybe that's what we would prefer? That might be a better choice. Returns a list of intersecting physics body 2Ds and tile maps. Oh, okay. I mean, we don't need the tile map, but that's cool. I feel like I would be using this for puzzles potentially. If I can use it to get info about the tile map as well. The overlapping bodies collision object 2D collision layer. Yeah, it has to be part of this area's collision object 2D collision mask. Yep. What if we overlapped bodies? All right, Team Worm. Fucking simmer down, buddy. You just wanted an excuse to use the cute fox emote. Okay, so, fuck. So why do you not actually return anything? Why did you not print that? Do I need to tell you to like print it as an array? Or do I have things set up wrong? I feel like potentially I just have things set up wrong. Try one more time. I'll leave it for a moment. But if it happens during the ready function, it should happen like immediately. Yeah, we don't get anything. Okay, so let's look up other people's example code. Maybe we can find some people who are using get overlapping area. Oh my god, this guy's been stuck with this problem for 3 weeks. Fuck. Oh, that's a cool idea. He's using like shapes to determine like the range of a unit, and then he wants to know if those shapes overlap each other. Then the units can hit each other. That's a smart way to do that. That's cool. Okay, so they've tried using get overlapping areas. Oh, get slide collision. Weird. Yeah, it seems like the way that I was thinking about doing it, that I knew was the wrong way to do it, would be to focus on whenever a berry bush enters or exits Raticate's, like, sniffing zone. And that seems like you could get that to work. Update solution not found. Oh, another update. I solved it. It created a list of positions for the player units and enemy units. These are stored when they're instanced to the scene. then created a method that stores the selected player unit and enemy unit list and name of the unit and compare both lists to each other. If the lists both have any of the same positions, they're colliding. Oh my god, no way, man. I mean, he solved his problem. Fuck. That's not how I want to do that. There's no way you have to do that way. Can I not just print an array? Like, is that the fucking problem? Okay, actually, yeah, wait, let me test that. Let's just make an array and then print it. Okay, we have an array that has 1, 2, 6 in it. Let's just print that array. Print potential food source. Okay. Now, if this doesn't work, then we know we have some other problem. Potentially in addition to the problem I think we have. Ready function, why don't you print stuff? You just don't print stuff? You fuck? Okay, fine. Fine. Oh my god, it needs to be underscore ready. What? That's such a fucking... Thank you, Small Brain. If I make a new script, is that what it's defaulted to? Bro. God, I guess it is. Mother fucking... Then why did I change it? Alright. Okay. Motherfucker. Motherfucking ass. Okay, great. Great. Cool. Oh, and also, wait, actually, Raticate should be nearby some bushes. What's the deal? Hold on, relaunch this. No, he is. Okay, I somehow just didn't see him. Okay, great. Great. So then the array does get printed, and now the other thing is getting printed. It's just an empty array. Wonderful. Great. Okay, so then that's a problem because then there aren't any overlapping areas? But there absolutely should be. Okay, so let's double check. Let's read this. Let's make sure this is right. Today I learned I'm the root of all my issues. Nah, bro, I've known that for so long. For so fucking long. As long as I've understood how the world worked. I think I've also understood that my biggest problem is me. My second biggest problem is everybody else fucking sucks. But my biggest problem is I suck. I yearn to be like Mr. Rogers, who seems like he just like... He knows everybody sucks, but like he's like... He accepts it. He moves on. He tries to make tomorrow's people suck a little less. Or at least, you know, like he did before he died. Actually, I guess you could argue, like, a kid could watch his show today and still learn lessons from it. So that's kind of cool. He's gone, but he's still helping people, potentially. That's fucking sweet. Okay, so back on topic. So the array might be empty because I have this set up wrong. It returns a list of intersecting area 2Ds. Okay, so then let's make sure that's a thing. Our bush, Mr. Bush, you have area 2D. That's an area 2D, yeah? Yeah, it's an area 2D. Okay, great. We do have an area 2D. Let's go back to... Ah, fuck, which thing were we reading? Area 2D, there we go. Okay. The overlapping areas collision object 2D dot collision layer. Okay, I mean, we can still see it. It's over here. The layer, the collision layer, must be part of the other areas collision object 2D collision mask. Okay, so we have layer 16. The bush is on layer 16, right? Is for the bush. Okay. And then we go to eradicate and we go to his area 2D and his mask is indeed on 16. Okay. All right. Great. Still haven't found the problem. And that's it. That's the whole list of requirements. That it has to be like that to be detected. But it's just not being detected. God damn it. It's like you fucking... You read a thing and you think you get it, and then it just doesn't fucking work, and you're like, I don't get why. What the fuck is my life? Let's try that again. Close it again. God, it's so annoying that Behave has this error. I need to look it up again and see if they fixed it. Or perhaps if there's a way I can work around it. Okay, so we still get the empty thing. The sniff area doesn't detect bushes. No, currently it is not. And I guess let's just make sure. The only thing we're trying to do is print the overlapping areas of the resource detection area 2D. That's like one step. There isn't a bunch of crazy shit involved. We didn't build one thing on top of another thing on top of another thing. We're just trying to use like an included function. Do bushes have an area? Yeah, they do have an area 2D. They have a hitbox. We made them a hitbox. I guess we should make sure their collision shape is a thing. Yeah, so they have both a collision shape for the purpose of actually colliding with things, physically blocking the player's act process, movement, whatever. So where am I checking detection? It's layer 16. So maybe the problem is that the hitbox has a collision shape. Oh, you mean in the script? It is Radicate is the one who does it. It's Radicate's script, and it's just in the ready function. We're just saying check the overlapping areas for your resource detection area 2D. Try and move it to process. So do you think if it's like readying everything at once, there's nothing there at the moment? Like if it's or if it's doing things in order, maybe Eradicate comes into existence after the bushes. Yeah, that's a good idea. Thanks, Small Brain. Okay, so then sure, we'll just spam print this thing and see if it works. Hit me with there we go. Okay, all right. Small Brain was correct. Okay, cool. And that's exactly what I wanted. We have the name of the thing, and then we also have the like ID of it. Okay, so then what is the next step? We should we don't have to worry about printing this anymore necessarily. I think I still want to. But maybe not every fucking moment. I think we should print it under is at best food source. And then I think what I want to do is let's just set his starting hunger to 51. So he's just going to be hungry enough. When it goes above 50, that's the point where he's like, I got to deal with my hunger. He'll just start hungry enough to immediately start seeking out food. And then the behavior tree is going to have us run this function. And then we need to Hello. We need to give him the right info. Hey, M6. How's it going, dude? Bushes wouldn't need a hitbox. You can use overlapping bodies, and then it checks for the collision shape that a direct child of the that's a direct child of the root node. Yeah, I think I need the hitbox if I want the bushes to be attackable. Do the berries taste like cheese? I don't think so. That'd be kind of cool though. You're good. How am I? I'm good too. I'm good too. Having not a little bit of a slow start, figuring shit out and making stupid mistakes, but you know that's how it's gonna be. But yeah, small brain. I think I want it set up like this just so I have the option to have the bushes be attackable or destroyable. Although once this gets done, once we have this figured out, I do want to consider like reorganizing and restructuring everything with classes and subclasses. Also restructuring the file system. I have lots of scenes just sitting around. I would like some organization for them. And then also potentially reconceptualizing like the way that Raticate has all of these components. I might want to take some of the functions that are in his script, in this big fat script, and break them down into some like individual components. Not totally sure on that. Slow starts are required. It be Friday. Oh, that's the slow starts are for Monday. Friday is like you should be in the flow of things, you know? And also excited for the weekend. Which I am. I am that. Okay, so the specific thing we wanted to do, shit, actually, yeah, okay, I need to go back to the at best food source. The end result of this is whatever this function returns, that's where Raticate's gonna set his target. So then we just need the result of this thing to be the target that we want. Okay, so then what we need to figure out is now that we have these zones, we need to do like a for loop. And I think you can just put for x in and then the array. So actually shit, yeah, I guess we should let's make this, let's set this overlapping area equal to that local array that we made. Shit, it's the other way. It's the other way. You set the array equal to this thing. Slow start days. Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So just every day, even including Thursday. Yeah, honestly. At post 30, that's how I feel. What is our fucking array called? And it needs to not have any numbers in it right now. That was a test. Potential food source is the name of our array. Okay. So then we're gonna set potential food source just equal to that. And you know what? Let's do this a step at a time. So for now, I'm gonna keep running this in the physics process. And then, you know, just pass. So we can make sure that each step of it functions correctly, right? So now I want to print, we'll capitalize the P. Potential food source. Yep, there we go. Okay. So yeah, let's do that. So now what should happen is we should print out both two arrays that are identical. Nope, it's mad. What's your problem? This? Shit. It's mad about the best food source thing. Right, because he was immediately, yep, got too far ahead of myself. Okay, so we need to just go back to Raticate. We cannot worry about this if we just make Raticate not hungry. The moment Raticate gets hungry, he's going to try to run some code that won't run because we ripped something out of it. Damn, M6, you started feeling Feeling slow post 20? Dude. I'm sorry. I think 27 is where I started going downhill, and then now at 30, just like no matter what, I feel slow. I feel tired. Or maybe tired is even the wrong thing. I'm just not full of energy. Okay, and then let's not print the old one, since I guess I can't actually really tell if we're printing the right one. So we turn the old print into a comment. Okay, great. So we have now successfully turned the array that we brought in into a local variable for the script. Okay, great. And so then what we want to do is... do we do the for loop in here? I guess that could be okay. Hopefully it'll be okay. So I think all you have to do is like for x in, and then potential food source. And then we can do something. Oh, maybe we need a colon. We need a colon there. You mad about the colon? Okay, great. We're experiencing time slower because relativity. I wish. I fucking wish. I honestly feel like I physically feel slower, but also time feels like it passes quicker. Time for coding though. Yeah, sure. But I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so what we need to do is it's going to go through each of these things. But then essentially I hit a dead end. I don't know how to do what I want, which is I want to take this area ID and I want to ask this thing how many fucking berries it has. So how would I do that? I know what I'm doing. Summed up how you feel at work. Yeah, man. It's okay. As long as they don't fire you, then they don't know. Okay, so this is kind of what we had talked about last time, is we could either store all of these variables in a global script that everybody has access to, or Radicate needs to somehow be connected to each of these bushes. So perhaps there is a simple way to just very quickly set up like a connection between them, like a signal. God, would we want a signal? It's like I know how to set up signals in the UI, and I have actually done a little bit of setting it up through scripting. Don't know if that's the smart way to do it, I guess. What do we want? We want one script to get a variable from another script. Okay, it's very likely you want to use signals. That's interesting. Apparently, the generic term is events, but Godot calls them signals. Huh. Signal sounds way more flavor-wise correct, but I know nothing about programming, so maybe that's wrong. Player object would publish a stamina changed event. Yeah, but okay. So the thing about a lot of these examples is like this is something that's going to be occurring a lot. Right? Like if you have a health bar or a stamina bar, having a player like the player script permanently connected to the UI and constantly emitting a signal makes sense. I need to temporarily create that connection. And I really don't need to worry about removing it. Like, it's fine if Raticate's not hungry and an extra berry bush is telling him how many berries it's got. What matters is that I can, when Raticate gets hungry, he can be like, okay, now I need to know the number of berries at this different bush. And then change the signal to be connected to that bush. Yeah, almost all these examples end up being something that's going to be very regularly transferred to the same destination. Oh, using groups to access it could be interesting. Shoot, I used groups for something before. Option 2 is to give the enemy a reference to the player. Yeah, that's whenever I spawn it. No, that's the thing we're trying to avoid. That would eventually be very clunky. If every berry bush is telling every single Raticate about its info. Am I trying to make Raticate know how many berries a bush has? Yeah. So we have an array of the berries, of the bushes. Nope, sorry. We have an array of the bushes. We have their object IDs. Now I need to say, like, okay, first I need to find the closest object. Then I need to know how many berries are on it. So shit, actually, now in talking to you, I realize this is a step ahead of the actual problem. Or rather, the problem I'm looking at now is a step ahead of where I am. So okay, yeah, shit. Then let's back that up. I need to figure out the distance to these and then organize them by their distance. You loop through all the bushes and check their berry count. Like bush A1.berries. So I think if I do that, I have to have the address to the bushes, right? I have to, like, I would have to, unless I use a signal, I would have to look at where Raticate is in relation to where the bushes are. But I do because of the overlapping areas. So can I, instead of doing like what you said, like bush underscore A1.berry, so it's actually, that's not exactly how it's named, but I get what you're going at. Can I do like, can I copy this ID and then do like dot and then what is the actual thing called? Berry value. Like like I don't think I can do that, but that's the only way I can think of to refer directly to that area. And then obviously, instead of me actually typing this out, oh, it probably would need to be in the carets. That's the whole thing, to imply that you're doing that. Yeah, look, sorry, Godot. I was just fucking testing to see if you would change the format of something. I would just grab the first value of the array. Yeah, okay, so yeah, that's what I was kind of talking through, is I would grab the first value of the array, which we're saying is x. X is going through each value. Does it actually work that simply? Like, is that actually... I mean, I guess I can just fucking print this to find out. Yeah, whatever. Let's just fucking print this. You hope so? Why are you mad? Invalid get index. Now, well, but it is called berry value. Okay, so I've written this wrong for some reason. Ooh, do I need... I don't know, do I need to tell it that it's like I just want the... Just want it in Word form? No, because it should just be able to print an integer. Ooh, because I'm checking the area, not the parent. And that's why overlapping bodies might be better. Ooh. Okay, so let's look at the bush. If we did overlapping bodies, then we would have to put the bush's collision itself on 16. We still want it to be on 1 for other collision purposes. And I think it could still function the way that I want. We could still just use the hitbox for destroying it if we ever wanted to. Okay, let me try that. So it's bodies instead? Just make sure. Get overlapping bodies, yeah. All right. Yeah, the mask should be fine. The mask is... Radicate's sniffing area has the mask, for sure. You're not dumb. It's all good. It's all good. Easy to think about things backwards. Okay, so then... Now we're getting overlapping bodies. We're setting that equal to our potential food source, and then we are doing things with the potential food source. So yeah, let's just see if it runs this way. Oops, it was still running. Let's close it out. It was doing stuff. Okay. So now the array is empty. So we don't have overlapping bodies. So then maybe I screwed something up. Go back and look at the bush. The layer is supposed to be 16. That's the sniffable layer. Radicate's little resource detection layer should have the mask on 16. That means it's looking to 16. And then just to double check, it should be the same as this, yeah. This hitbox is on 16. So this is basically similar to the problem that I was having just a moment ago. Printing an empty array. So what's your deal? you should still have overlapping bodies. It's like set up the same way. It returns a list of intersecting physics body 2Ds. Now, this is a static body, but does that include static bodies? I would think so. You'd think it include both static and dynamic bodies. I guess dynamic bodies are the like character bodies. Right, and it also returns tile maps. That could be not good. That could mean we would be getting, once this functions, we might be getting a bunch of extra info that I need to kind of kick out. Okay, so yeah, character body 2D, rigid body 2D, and static body 2D. All physics bodies. What's your fucking deal, bro? What's your fucking deal? Be cool. Just fucking work, man. Boom. For a tiny cat, Greg is loud when she jumps off of things. Ah. Okay, just double check. We're gonna get an empty fucking array. Hit me with an empty array, you stupid game. Yep, it's an empty array. Okay. What? Is it because I didn't save? Is it because I didn't save? You know what? We're just gonna reload the whole project. Don't know why this is happening. Yeah, when this happens to me, like 50% of the time, it's that I needed to save a scene that I hadn't saved. Okay, try that again. Probably not the answer, but it might be. You never know. It fucking might be. It's not. Okay. All right. Fuck you too, Godot. Okay, so let's just go through this. We're still using resource detection. That's still the area 2D that Radicate's using. And it wants to know about overlapping bodies instead. Is the problem that it's an area 2D? And like you need some kind of like you need to use a physics body to look for other overlapping bodies? That wouldn't make any sense. And this is specifically in area 2D section, so no, it's fine to have an area 2D. Is it because it's in process and not in physics process? Well, shouldn't those both just be running regularly? Like, I know one of them will run differently. One of them is like per frame. But, oh, maybe you're saying because this is specifically involving physical bodies, that like maybe Godot, it restricts calculations and things that involve physics bodies. You have to do them in the physics process. That's an interesting idea. I suppose we could try that. So then fine. So let's take this and then... Actually, I guess what we could do is... so we'll just make this the process. And because that's all of this used to be as part of the regular process. Yeah, I know it has the same. I know it's got the same name, buddy. And then we'll change this to physics process, and then we need an underscore, right? Yeah, that would be interesting if that was the problem. I guess I don't know enough about Godot, but I feel that does feel like it could be reasonable. Okay. Try again. Not the problem. What a weird... Okay, just to... Like, I guess really we'll just go back a step. And we'll just print overlapping bodies again. And then we'll keep fucking with things until we get that right. Okay, what could be the problem? Why do you not return anything? And it's supposed to be, like, it's gonna be an array, right? It is. It will be an array. Returns a list of intersecting physics body 2Ds and tile maps. The overlapping bodies collision object 2D collision layer must be part of this area's collision object 2D collision mask. Yes. Does overlapping have some kind of specific meaning? Like, is somehow like Radicate's thing is actually underneath it? Yeah, small brain. So I think the using the get parent thing should be a backup, right? Because this should be this seems like the simpler way to do it. And this isn't like if this was my job and I was just trying to get a thing done, I would be like, yeah, fuck it. The thing I think is simple doesn't work. I'll just do it the other way. But I am trying to learn. I'm trying to fucking build an understanding of shit here. Your question is, do I have some stuff? What kind of stuff? We got a lot of berries. You want some berries, bro? Just to make sure the bush has a collision shape, it does indeed have a collision shape. It's here, let's look at it. Its collision shape is the same as the hitbox's collision shape. Some berries. You would like awesome berries. That's cute. That's fun wordplay. I don't know if these berries are awesome. Radicate likes them. It's the only thing he'll eat. Not for the moment, but in general. Bush, what's your fucking problem, bro? Do you not have the collision shape like attached to you? No, you definitely do, because I can't walk into you. Hold on, let me confirm that. And like, yeah, since the collision shape is a child of yours, it should absolutely be affecting you. Yeah, I can't. Well, I can walk through you sometimes because I fucked up the tile-based movement. But yeah, you have a collision shape. What the hell is the damn problem then? What a crazy fucking thing. Huh. Okay, we'll spend a little bit more time on this and then I think we'll just do it the other way. If I can't figure this out, because this is bullshit. Might as well do a quick Google search. Like, not working? Get overlapping bodies is not detecting anything? Bullshit. Oh my god. Okay, that's a fun idea, having like a world where you know, like in a world with multiple gods, instead of people saying my god, they say my gods. It's a fun idea to take words like bullshit and change it to tweak it with a god's name. It's fun. Okay, well, the first reply is was something Smallbrain kind of got at, which is that there might be an issue with trying to call collision detection stuff outside of a physics frame. It's early, though, and I can't remember off the top of my head. Someone else mentioned that get overlapping bodies needs to be in a physics frame to work. I tried that and it works for me. Maybe you can try placing variable bodies equals get overlapping bodies in the function physics process delta inside your area 2D script. Are you using Jolt Physics by chance? Now, I don't know if that's an add-on for Godot or something that Godot, like one of multiple types of physics that Godot might be able to calculate, or something like that. Let's find out. It's a Godot extension. Okay. Damn. The best physics engine for Godot, but it can't even detect area bodies by default. What the fuck is that about? Jolt is a battle-tested physics engine. What a term. That was actually used in a shipped AAA game. Man, okay. Interesting. Can you see the script again? Yeah, sure. If you've got any ideas. I'm not finding anything. Did I misspell something? I'm like, we're not even getting to this part yet. Honestly, so the fact that it worked with the other get overlapping thing. Try 4 body incent area. Get overlapping bodies. Interesting. Okay, so we should do that first, I suppose. God, I'm still so confused as to why this doesn't work. Okay, so then yeah, actually, let's just turn these into comments for a second so we can ignore them. Okay, so you're saying to like try doing this as a for loop itself? For body in, and then the sent area is resource detection words. So why set it up like this? Why would this work? Compared to what we were doing before. Let's turn you into comments. Then see if we can print the berry value. Misspelled the word resource. Solid move, bro. I fixed it. Now what else did I do? Right, it needs to be the you gotta it's the address. There we go. All right. Made the same mistake twice today. Hopefully I'll stop doing that. Okay, so interesting. So now that because you've set up for body in this, then X doesn't work because we haven't defined X. So what if we try for X? I saw, interestingly, a guy was building a list of items, and so he showed that 4x in items works. The name of his array was items, but he was also able to do for item in items. And so I guess that might have been why you're doing body for a list of bodies. But yeah, so we could have either changed body up here to X like I did, or we could have changed X to body. Yeah, I guess we'll see. We'll see if it works. I'm not confident. Whoop. Oh, we're just like not even printing anything now. We're not even printing an empty array. So yeah, I think this still doesn't get us anything. And I would think that, if this was going to work in a for loop, try only X, just print X. Well, yeah. So I would think that if this line of code would work as a for loop, then we could also just be printing it. And we were trying to just print it before, and yeah, it just doesn't do anything. All right, let's go back to hunting. Probably the timing is wrong. You're only calling get overlapping bodies once. Okay, we're not doing that. We're calling it all the fucking time. For anyone in the future, make sure that if the body is moving, it cannot be a static body 2D. It has to be a character body 2D. Okay, well, our body's not moving. And yeah, of course you would. Why would a static means static? Static means not moving. I guess maybe mentally, if you can constructed the idea that static just means something about it doesn't change, and you might not realize if it's moving, you should use a character body. Okay, so that's not necessarily our problem. For science, put the player on the scent collision layer. All right, yeah, that's a fun idea. Let's make sure he's in the zone first. He's in the zone. Okay. So yeah, we'll just go and not mask. He needs to be on the actual layer. And then are we still printing? Are we printing? Yeah, we would still be printing it. Shit, also I don't know if I saved. I didn't save. What I meant to say is I don't know if I need to save. Okay. Okay, so then what that dude, I know like this is just some random person on the internet saying stuff. But I fucking hate it when people commit words to be on the internet for years. Yeah, small brain, that's what it seems like. That static body 2D doesn't seem to work. So like this guy's comment makes it sound like if you have moving bodies and they're a static body 2D, it won't work. You need to make sure that if the body's moving, it's gotta be a character body 2D. But like, no, motherfucker. What it very much seems like is that to use overlapping bodies, it can't be a static body. It doesn't matter if the body's moving or not. What matters is if it's a fucking kinematic body, character body. Fuck. Documentation outdated? Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Okay, all right. I mean, that's annoying. I guess it's funny to think about. If I wanted to use this, I could just make all of my bushes character bodies, and then I just never move them. They could have the capability to move, but we just don't move them for the purpose of detecting them like this. But I think we should just go with the parent situation. Which I'm not fully sure how to do, but I get the idea. So then let's try to figure that out. Okay, so this is a no. So then what we want to do is we're going back to this being a thing, but we are switching back to shit. What was the thing? Not overlapping bodies, get overlapping areas? Think areas. Bro, let me fucking... Why do you highlight differently than everything else? Ooh, try to add a physics material to the static body 2D. Okay, hold on. This is an interesting idea. Okay, so what exactly do you mean by that? Add a physics material. Is there a, like, material node? Or is that just something, inside? Here it is, physics material, all right. I don't know. I don't even know what that would be. I guess you can just have it be a new physics material. Sure, have some friction. Be rough. Be absorbent. What the fuck? Cool. How do you even use these things? This sounds fascinating. Okay, maybe not. We'll you just have a physics material, okay, buddy? So then we'll save. And then just in case, I'm gonna save world. Save game manager. All right. Now let's see what happens. We should get both the player, we should get multiple things. We should get the player printed. Just the player still. And make sure the bush is, his collision is on 16. He's got a physics material. Okay, so I want to look this up. So we specifically want to look up get overlapping bodies and static body 2D. What is this question? Sure, does area 2D.get overlapping bodies only check kinematic body 2Ds? He notes that the documentation talks about physics bodies. You check the collision layers. I just tried it and it correctly detects both kinematic and static bodies on my machine. Fuck your machine, god damn it. It seems like if the area 2D is not set to monitorable. Yeah. Okay. You don't need this. Bye-bye. Okay, so that was a thing. Shit. In the Michael Games fucking tutorial where he was setting up hitboxes and hurtboxes, which we used a little bit of that to set up our collision, our hitbox. We didn't do the hurtbox because we're not currently hurting the plant, but he did make an interesting, he made a very deliberate point to talk about the area 2D being monitorable. So the bush doesn't have that? Only the area 2D has that. So... Huh. It's got to be somewhere in here. Or is it in the collision shape? No. Because okay, so from the way that I'm conceptualizing this is probably wrong, but if we make this area 2D monitorable, which it already is because that's how the lovely Michael Games told us to set this up so it would function, then we're going to be detecting the hitbox, not the actual bush. If we're looking for objects, we want to find the bush, not the hitbox. I can already find the hitbox. That's what we're trying to avoid. We're trying to avoid finding this area and instead find this object. And even if all we had to do was have this object have an area 2D attached to it that is monitorable, well, guess what? We already do, and we can't fucking find it. Okay, let's go back to reading. I filed this as a bug, and it was confirmed as a duplicate of a different bug. Okay, well, it's a bug. As of 2020? The end of 2020. Holy butts. Huh. Holy butts. All butts are holy. God, hopefully. Well, okay, not hopefully. If your butt needs the hole, hopefully your butt's got a hole. If your butt doesn't need a hole, hopefully it doesn't have a hole. Anyway. So then, like, what the fuck? We'll do it the other way then. Okay. Well, that was a fun thing to learn, I suppose. The process was fun. Digging through information, figuring it out, that's fun. The result is annoying. Not everyone in this chat has a butthole. Okay, Teamworm. All right, let's those people are probably aware as to the value of not having a butthole if you don't need a butthole. It's a weird thing to think about. It's one of those fun facts that I think when you are told that, you probably never on your own would have come to that conclusion. Okay, so take me back to Raticate. Okay, so we just have to abandon this. The chat bot. Oh shit. Now the chatbot, I guess you might... Teamworm did say everyone. Is a chatbot a one? Maybe. When Crazy Pants and I talk about how many... When we talk about people in general, sometimes we'll like be talking about like how many people live at our house, and I will insist that 5 people live at our house because I consider my cats people. And then I pretend like anybody who wouldn't consider cats people is a monster that just wants to abuse animals. Obviously, I'm wrong, but, you know, I don't know. I respect my cats as much as I would a human being. They're dumb human beings. Like, hopefully I can let most humans have access to bags of freeze-dried chicken and they won't just, like, eat themselves sick, but, you know. The census might disagree. Yeah, they'd get mad at me for sure. But, you know, like, personally, when it comes to me, I see my cats as people. What did I do? Oh my God. Okay. So we want overlapping areas. And then let's just make sure, like, that's a thing, right? Can I? No, I can't click you. So it might not be a thing. Was it get overlapping area? Like, why can't I click to get linked to your thing? Can I just go there manually? Shit. Yeah, it is get overlapping areas. Okay, why are you being weird, Godot? You just needed to load. You just needed to... Okay, he just needed a minute. All right. Okay, so now we're going back to overlapping areas. And then we're setting that area equal... we're setting the array of areas equal to this local variable. Just for the sake of it being more readable for my dumb future self. Okay, so then let's just one step at a time. Let's turn these back into comments. Actually, I like having it at. Let's just print. And actually, we don't want to print you. We're pretty sure we should just be able to print this, and we should get... Now we'll get 3 values. We'll get the player value. Oh, no, we don't? Interesting. We do just get the 2. Okay, well, that does remind me out. For now, we'll unclick the player. I do think the player will be smellable at some point. Ooh, and okay. So that's right. The player isn't an area; it's a body. Right. And we put his body, not the Yeah, we don't have an area 2D with a collision shape. He's just a body with a collision shape. Good call. Ooh, actually, okay, that's really cool then. So then if I have a creature that is sniffing out things to hunt rather than plants to eat, then we would kind of repurpose this code, and we could just go with overlapping bodies. We can probably put the player back on that sniffable layer, because I want him to be sniffable. I want him to be huntable. But then I've got to come up with, when we start putting stats into the game, I want some behind the scenes stats that, like, creatures who hunt, some of them are going to be like stupidly ballsy. A lot of them will not hunt you. They'll think you're weird. Like if a bear sees you in the forest, like usually they're like, what the fuck is that thing? But some of them, occasionally you'll get one who's just like, I'm gonna eat that thing. I don't know what that thing is. I'm gonna eat it. The most dangerous game. In this, yes. I always thought, like, I read that story in high school, and I remember just thinking, like, dude, it'd be way easier to hunt me than a bear. Like, if some guy traps me on an island and is like, oh, I'm gonna fucking hunt you because, like, you're the hardest thing to hunt. Like, no, I'm fucking not. Like, maybe a version of me that's been to, like, survival school and, like, has a knife or weapons or something, but, like, I'm fucking useless. Our player is sniffable and Pokemon are super ballsy. What would you say, Elon Musk? What? What, Derg? What the fuck? Because like Elon Musk is sniffable because he's got Musk? How did we get to Elon Musk? Oh shit. What the Derg? Oh, you could make bushes emit a scent area that travels a set distance. Oh, that's really cool. I think that's gonna have to be something for the sequel. There are lots of little touches like that I want to add that will make the game more complicated, and I'm afraid that if I don't know how to optimize this well, that's just extra time figuring out how to code that, but then also it's also going to make the game run slower. You haven't implied the Muskie joke. I made that myself. Okay, but then where did Elon Musk come from? Explain what Elon Musk has to do with that statement. Fuck. Okay, while Derg explains, I need to figure out... We need the parent, right? So Slavic context. What the fuck? All right, I guess I just don't get it. Yeah, how do I get a parent? Yeah, they would recommend using signals. I know, if I move things, then this will stop working. You could get node. You could use get node and then like a relative path. Okay, so then yeah, let's see if just get underscore parent actually just works. So yeah, let's try that first. We're just gonna print x and then get underscore parent. Are you okay with that? Do you get parent on the x variable? Yeah, for sure, for sure. So we'll see if that works. Shit, I should have stopped printing the food source thing. Okay, so if you don't crash, great. Okay. And so then yes, we can in fact get that thing. We can get the parent value. Okay. So now we have that parent value, and then we should just be able to do what were you? What were you? Berry value. Like that. That might work. So okay, yeah, we're gonna stop printing you. Let's see if this works. It didn't work. They're mad. I forgot an underscore. God, it's gonna be so cool when we can have an AI assistant that just catches that for us, like, before I hit the play button. I'm gonna make him talk like oh my god. Who's Batman's fucking butler? He's so cool. I can't wait. Oh my god. Michael Caine plays him. My brain wants to say Watson. It's not fucking Watson. That's Sherlock Holmes' buddy. Oh my, I'm just like, you are seeing me get Alzheimer's right now. The dementia is coming. Oh, I'm a fucking Jeeves. What brain? What are you? Batman's butler. What the fuck? If you type Batman's butler, the internet tells you Pennyworth. No. It's Alfred. His name is Alfred. Okay, Timur Marty told me, but I had blocked chat looking that up. Oh my god. So apparently there's a series about Alfred called Pennyworth, so then when you look up Batman's butler, you just get a bunch of pictures of some other guy, I guess probably the guy who plays Alfred in the show Pennyworth, and then a bunch of like title cards, Pennyworth. Like, shut the fuck up. That's not like Google. Oh my god. Oh my god. I will be so happy when you are replaced by something less stupid. It would be really nice if like the United States government or somebody would just set out to replace Google, because at one point Google was like doing a better and better job, and then at some point they were like, okay, actually we need to like make money, so fuck doing a good job. Doing a good job means we make less money because people come, they get what they want, and they leave. That's bad. Some guy specifically quit working at Google because of that. Anyway, okay, so now we try this again. You really need Gmail to survive. Oh shit, yeah, that's a good point. Okay, but what if like somebody created a replacement and there was a way to transfer everything? That would be sweet. Okay, so we can print the berry value. So we now have access to the berry value. So Now, conceptually, I need to figure out what I actually want to do is I want to calculate the distances and find the closest one. And honestly, okay, actually, for now, does it even matter? Let me think about this. So like the simplest version of Raticate that would kind of function as a semi-believable little rat. Like maybe it's okay if he goes to a slightly further away one, as long as it has a berry. So shit. Okay, so maybe a for loop isn't what I want, because like a for loop is gonna just give me the information about everything within Raticate's range. But really, all I want Raticate to do is like find one that's in your range. Does it have a berry? Yes, go for it. If not, continue. So it's like I want a for loop that I can leave early. And like maybe that's not a for loop. Shit. Okay, so we don't need to print the food source anymore. We know that works. So then yeah, let me just like outline. Ooh, yeah, Teamworm, that might be like a while loop. Okay, sure. I remember learning about that in CS50 very vaguely. Some quick tips for 4 verse while. I don't want a video. Art. The use of a while loop. This person is just sharing the shower thought that they've never seen people talk about while loops. You haven't used a while loop in a while. Cute. Oh shit, actually, wait, hold on. Oh no, I downloaded the noise, I haven't added it. In Undertale, there is a very simple, clean, but noise. And I got that and a few others to add to the soundboard. I still haven't done it. Damn. Probably the one moment I actually think to pull for it, and I haven't put it on. Such is life. Okay, so oh my god, it's been a while since I saw one of these loops. He did the same joke was on the screen. Oh my god. If you don't know by how many times to iterate but have a condition to stop iterating, then a while loop would be best. Okay. So we can just use while. But oh, I don't know. Okay. So wow, what are the conditions? We want to it could be while Raticate has no defined food. So like if he doesn't have a food target, and then okay, so yeah, if he has no food target, we could keep repeating this loop. And then we give him a food target while we're in the loop, and he finds a bush with a berry. And then he goes to that bush, checks to see, he goes to the bush. He in his behavior tree, he acknowledges he's at the bush. Then he asks the bush, hey bush, you got a berry? And if the bush does not have a berry, then this whole thing will start over again. And he will look for another bush with a berry. If the bush does have a berry, he will eat that berry, and he will eat all the berries on the bush. So then I would have to set, I would have to make sure that I'm erasing this variable when he's done eating. Because otherwise he's going to go back into the while loop and just be like, no, I've already got a food target. Not knowing that that food target is an empty bush. Okay, so then one thing I want to do, if you just don't have a variable, you don't have a defined variable, will it just print out as like null or something? And then I can just set it to null later? Actually, yeah, no, I'll just... Indecisiveness. Okay, I'm just gonna print it on here. Food value, food. It's just food. Print food. Print food, my dude. Print food. You can't print food. Okay, it is just no. Okay, so... Okay, something else to try real quick. What I want to do is make food equal to something. Oh no, I don't want to do that in the physics process. Shoot. Okay, let's just assume I can set it back to null when I need to. We'll just assume that's fine. So then, instead of a for loop, what we want is a while loop, not a wilt loop. We want a while loop, and then within the parentheses, we put our condition. This is based on one person's example structure. So we would say like while food equals, and then we can just write null. Like it's like, I swear I've done that before. Feels wrong. Okay. And then can I just look at information about while loops? No. It'll be cool. You'll let me look at other things, not a while loop. Fuck. All right. Okay, fine. I could probably just search for it. How do I actually just search in the like help docs? I know there's a spot. Fuck. Help? Search help. All right. While. Oh. The word while doesn't appear anywhere? How about loop? A loop for audio streaming. Okay. All right. Yeah. Nah. Okay. Maybe online documentation. Oh, it's going to open it in Chrome. Don't do that. Simple loops are created using while syntax. Bro, that's not... All right. While expression colon statements. Okay. All right, that's actually enough. Okay. Okay. Great. Didn't really get anything from that other than like put a colon at the end of that bitch. Okay, so while food is null, then so the for loop specifically just has a variable you get to set as part of it. So I don't know how to actually set that. I guess maybe we can set it up manually. I think index is like arrays have a built-in thing, I guess like variable called index. I can look back at that video. And it's like that's where you are inside of it, and its default is to 0, or you set it to 0. You set it to some value. And so then we could essentially say like, okay, index is 0, so we're starting at the first value of this array, and then we want to increase it by 1. So at the end of the while loop, we would start with index being 0. We would look at the 0th value, the first value in the list. And then we would increment the index up 1. So then when this while loop restarts, we would be looking at the next value. Then incremented by 1, look at the next value. Okay. So then I need to find it was this guy's array list thing. At some point he does some stuff with the index. And it might be the next video. It was 3 videos that kind of went together. Oh, okay. Okay, so he just sets a variable, all right. Why not just have an if statement before the for loop? Well, okay, wait, so the for loop is gonna just do these calculations for everything, right? And what I want him to do is just choose. I don't want him to calculate the distance and the number of berries on every single bush. I want him to just like choose a bush, say, hey, does that bush have a berry? If it does, then he goes to that bush. But actually, okay, wait, I guess what we could do is we could calculate all of the values and then just have him choose the closest value that has a berry. I think the while loop would be less intensive calculation-wise, but maybe that's not a big deal, and I don't know how to structure this. But in the future, you will want the closest bush functionality. Yes. But I was thinking the while loop would essentially set that up. Well, actually, I guess the while loop would just be going through the list in the order it was given, not necessarily looking for the closest one. I was kind of okay with him not finding the closest one, just finding any one that's close that has a berry. I was thinking would be simpler to do. So okay, so then maybe we do go with the for loop. And what would we be doing? We need to make another array. Right, because first we need the food sources. Then we need an array that is their distance. And then we need an array that is the number of berries. Let's see, how exactly would we do this? Or, okay, maybe we go the other way. We get a list of all the IDs that are of the berry bushes that are within Raticate's sniffing area. Then we populate an array with the number of berries. Then we find the first non-zero value in there, and we just send Raticate off to it. So if the third item in the list is the first one that has a berry, then we're gonna send him. We're gonna get that object and calculate the distance to that object. Okay, yeah, so that doesn't seem that bad. So then, yeah, I'll still leave this as a variable. I think essentially we could get away with this not being a local variable. We could just use the array as this, but I feel more comfortable storing it as a variable. Okay, so first we store this. We have our potential food sources. Those are the objects. Then I guess I want to append. I want to append the new array. And then, okay, so at some point we're gonna have to empty this array out. So Raticate, when he tries to find a new food source, he doesn't look back at the old values. So, okay, so I'm gonna put a note here. When you move this out of physics process, first step is clearing old arrays. Right, so when we move this down to the finding food function, that's gonna trigger when Raticate's like, I'm hungry, dog. I need to go find some food. The first thing we'll do is we'll delete all the information from the old array, so that he doesn't accidentally look at the berry values of the old array and think he could go to a bush that has some old values in it, but like actually he shouldn't. We'll make sure we delete all the values. And I guess what I'm worried about is say previously Raticate did a sniff test and there were 2 bushes. And so then the array, there's one array that has, the first array has both of these object IDs, and then the second array has the number of berries. So it's like, oh, this one has 1, this one has 2. If then Raticate did another sniff way somewhere else later, and there's only 1 bush in there, and I just add values into the array, if I replace the first value, there would be nothing to replace the second value because there's only 1 bush. So then he might think, oh, if the first bush had no berries, then he might think, oh, there's actually a second bush with 2 berries, but like there's not. I just didn't delete things. Okay, so yes, I think I've convinced myself that's worth doing. Great. And so then, yeah, we don't actually want to append. Append just adds on to the end. We want to like replace, which is definitely a command, and I don't know it, and I'll find it from that guy's video. Okay, so then for every item in potential food source, what we want to do is we would look at the first item, shit. Okay, no, don't get rid of that print thing. Where was, oh no, where was the print command? Oh no, it's still there. It's just a note. Duh. Yeah, it is the like get parent thing. Great. So then we want to add this value onto that new array. Potential food source berries. We want to add this into this. Let me figure out how to do that. Damn, it sucks. Information in video form is very easy to consume the whole thing. It's so nice to consume the whole thing, but it's so hard when you're trying to jump around to look for things. Okay, so we don't have to worry about the index right now. So specifically, I'm looking for... actually, maybe I can just find the array commands. Oh, shading language. No, just... Okay, yes, just arrays. I really wish general sections would come up first. I guess maybe if I knew it's a class, I should have looked up all classes, array or something. I don't know. Okay, data structure with a sequence of elements. Okay. What? Oh my God. What do I want from you? Just want to be able to add something in. It was probably in that fucking table. Fuck. Okay, it's probably in this table. Why? Table, why do you have the same thing multiple times? Because there's different ways to do it. Okay. Okay. Constructors? No. Okay, I'm looking for the alternative to append. Perhaps assign? I don't know. Oh God, putting that shit into Twitch chat just like kills the formatting. This might look weird with formatting. Indeed it does. And yeah, we definitely want to do the global position too, for sure. And honestly, I don't even think we actually... I think it's okay to not worry about having him go to the closest one. I think just having him go to the first one that has berries is fine. And then he can redo the calculation if some other rats or the player beats him to that bush and takes berries. He can just do the calculation again and go to a new bush. And then as long as I have enough berries spawning overall, then Raticates will be able to eat them. And we'll have a few extra for the player. Yeah, is it a sign? Ugh, this is so like not helpfully organized. I am sure that somebody who like understands this shit can get information from this quickly, but like this is like so fucking annoyingly presented, and a video presents the information fine, but then like it's difficult to scrub through the video to find exactly what I want. Specifically, so what I'm looking for is at some point he discusses the difference between appending, which is just adding to the end of the list. Oh, well, there's append. Okay. and the other options. And I guess, yeah, maybe there's a way I can just get this to autocomplete. Items.push front. Whoa, what did he do there? I guess maybe that puts it at the front and moves everything else back. Okay, also not what I would be wanting to do. I want to just replace values. Or actually, no, I guess... No, if we're clearing this out, then we do just append. We do just append to the end. Okay, okay. Yeah, so yeah, small brain. That's essentially what I want to do. If the first we get a list of, first we make an array full of berries, and then we go through that list, and if the first one he finds, if it's above 0, then he's gonna set that as his like target bush to go to. Okay, so then, yeah, I guess we're just going to do append. So then we take this and then we just append to it this value. I think. Let's just... Yeah, it's just the name of the array, the name of the list, dot append, and then in the parentheses you put the thing you want to add in. So hopefully it's okay to be putting this in. And then what I want to do is I want to print this new array. And so then hopefully what'll happen shit, right, but this is gonna run every frame, every fucking physics frame this thing's gonna run. I just want it to run once so I can see it fill up. Because then this array is gonna keep being added to. Which I guess just for proofing, I guess that's okay. So fine, let's see if this works. We will be printing an ever-increasing thing, but as long as it goes past 2 value... Oh, yeah, it did. Oh, yeah, it did. Input overflow, print less text. Yeah, okay, I'm sorry, bro. Yeah, I just made a giant fucking array. Okay. Okay. Great. Shit. So then that works. So now we have this other array. Oh, we could limit it. We could just do like an if. Like if the, okay, maybe this isn't worth doing, but like if the number, and okay, actually, wait, no, this idea I think is going to be worth doing for protection. We don't want to make this array bigger than the other array. So we only want to append if the value is smaller. So we're gonna make this an if statement, and that if statement is if new array's value is, but it's going to be less than or equal to old array, then we do the things down here. If it's bigger, then we don't want to keep adding value to it. And once this is in the right spot, that should never happen, but in case it does, I think it's okay to have this like safeguard here. Shit. I think at some point in the video he looks at either this video or the next one. he refers to the like the number of items in the list. Who may be checking and querying? Shit. Not removing items, other functions. Ooh, okay, yeah. So I think it was in the cycling list example. He would essentially print like where he's at, and then if you press down, it would print the next item and down. But then eventually, you would need to go back to the top. Okay, so items.size. Okay. Okay, is that listed in this array thing? I need to start understanding this the way that Godot presents these things. Okay. So then this table is saying if you put the name of your array dot size, you will get back an integer that is the size of the array. Returns the number of elements in the array. Okay. Okay, great. I am a step closer to figuring out this definitely logical, but seemingly illogical to me, presentation of information. Okay. So items.size. Array name.size. So then what we would do is if the new array, if new array.size is less than or equal to the old array, the old array is potential food source. Wait. Shit. Yeah, because we have the potential food source and then potential food source berries. Okay. Yeah, so if the new array is less than or equal to the size of the old array, then we want to append a value. And that will, for now, this should prevent things from going crazy in the physics process because it's trying to do this every frame. But then in the future, this should just be protective just in case I screwed something up. We don't want to be doing that in general, so like it's fine that it's there. If that, then right, you just need to boop, boop. Are we cool? Are we cool? Okay, we're cool. So then let's see if we can avoid Godot yelling at me for an output overflow. Oh. Shit. I didn't note size on the other side. I was like, if this thing that's a number is less than or equal to this fucking thing that's not a number. Oops. Ah, shit. Okay, so then it's still just, it wasn't that I was comparing two things and they were different formats. It's just that dot size is not okay? Hold on. Invalid get index size on base array. Now, I thought this specifically said I could get the size of an array. It's right there. It says I can do that. Is that not okay? That's what he does. Oh. Beep boop. Beep boop. God damn it. Oh shit. Crazy Pants and I are trying to learn Japanese, and this shit makes me absolutely not want to learn Japanese because I'm gonna say dumb stuff. Okay. Now, you weren't supposed to keep growing. Hold on. Let's try that again. I thought you would stop at 2. There should only be 2 sniffable things. But you're stopping at 3. Does this have something to do with like one of it starts at 0 or? Oh no, because I'm doing it when they're equal. You just want less than. You just want to do it when it's less than. Because if it's equal, then you're done. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, so now we have some built-in protection, so while we're fucking with this, it at least won't go crazy. Just double check, we should only print 2 values. And it's going to be 0 and 0 because at the very beginning, the bushes are set to start with no berries and then they randomly spawn. Yes, great. Okay, so now we just have the 2 values. Perfect. Wonderful. Okay. I probably should set the bushes to have some starting values so that this will give us some numbers. Well, okay, maybe not, shit. Maybe I can just get this set up and then put it where it goes. And then at that point, when this function is in the right spot, it will be after a few moments. Radicate will check. And by then there will be berries when he checks. Okay, so now we have the list of berries. We have the list of berries that each bush has. And so then, right, the whole purpose of this is what is your function called? It's like get best food or something. It's part of the at best food source check, and it is called get best food. Okay. Okay. So then the thing that I need from that is to set an object. That is the thing that we need to return. Okay, so then what we're going to do is we want to go back through the array we just made, and then we find a value that's greater than 0. So then I think maybe at this point, this would be sensible to do a while loop. So first we run the for loop, and the for loop builds us a second array that's got the number of berries. And then we do the while loop, which is while food equals null. Then we do the thing down here. And that thing specifically, just shut up, just pass for now. Fine. Stop yelling at me. Shit. Don't set it equal to null. While food is null. Okay. Okay. What do we do? We are gonna go back. Go away, physics process. I don't want to look at you being mad at me. You just process. Either way, fine. I don't want to look at you being mad at me. We look back through the array, the new array that we've made. I'm just gonna fucking write this down as a note. Okay. So we want to look through potential food source berries for a non-zero value. Okay, so then essentially I think we're gonna have to do something like he was doing in the video, where we make a variable that is like our index, that's like where we are. And we'll start. We're gonna say the index variable is 0. And then we need to look at that array's position 0. Okay, so then if this array's... If the potential food source berries index position, I guess I'll just call it index position, is greater than 0, then I need to get the object ID. And that's going to mean looking at the other array. So essentially we're going to say like start at position 0, look in the second array at position 0. Is that value greater than 0? If it's greater than 0, that means that's a berry. There's a berry on that bush. So then look at the first array, the previous array, and get that position, get index, since index is 0, get the first item on the list, get that object. And then we're gonna get that. We're gonna get that object's position specifically. Then we're gonna send Raticate to that position. Actually, that is handled elsewhere. So all we have to do is get that position. Okay. So I don't know how to actually exit a while loop. Loops can be broken using break or continued using continue, which skips to the next iteration of the loop without executing further code. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so we would use break. So okay, so how do we actually do this? We need to look at this array. We want to look at this array. And specifically, this is an if statement, because if the value of a certain position. Okay, actually, hold on. I want to keep this open as a separate page, so let's just duplicate you, and then we can go forward, back. Okay, so I need like the value. Or I guess, okay, wait, hold on. No, specifically, I need to know how to contact your position, how to contact the first part of you. Like, how do I refer to that individual position? That is definitely in the video. Ooh. Shit. Okay, looking through a list of things, some of which, only one of which is what I want, I don't think is the thing to do. Damn. It would be really nice if just putting like dot index, if that would then, because index is defined as the number 0, then it would shit, and actually I don't want to define that here, because then it's going to keep setting it to 0. It would be cool if that would just know this is an array and you're talking about the first item in the list, the item at that number point. I I minimized too many things. I don't think that's the way to do that. Let's see. Ooh, accessing might be the thing to do. Oh, it's just in the brackets. Okay. Okay. Yeah, no, that makes sense. So we'll just print this value to test it. Like if I did that, it's currently an if statement. Let's not do that. We're just gonna print that. So let's stop printing you. And then we're gonna make you not an if statement. And we're also gonna make you a note, so you won't affect anything. And we're just gonna print this. So that should just print the first value only. So we should very quickly shit. We should very quickly shit. Okay, what did I do wrong? Actually, I guess first, if I just put 0, will you function? And then I'll worry about having to tell you that that's a variable. No. Invalid get index 0 on base array. Huh. Okay, so in this example, his array is named items. And then he's printing 3 different things, and they're right here. He prints all of the items. He just prints the array, which gives you his Pokeball, Great Ball, Potion, TM50, HM69. Har. And then he just prints items, and then in brackets a 0. And that gives him the first item in the list, because the item numbering starts at 0. That just gives him a Pokeball. Why would that not work for me? Why? Shit, it got rid of the debugging info. You should already be filled out, right? This for loop should run, and then once the for loop is done, then it should print this. Okay, tell me again why you were mad at me. I'm forgetful, Godot. Thank you. Oh, crap, if I have to leave it running to... Okay, there's probably somewhere I can look at a history of these things, but fine, I'll just leave it running. That's fine. Boop. Invalid get index 0 on base array. For real, though? Hold on. What about the other array? Just potential food source, I guess. We'll just whoop. What about this array? Is the problem that this array isn't populated? Is the for loop not running and populating the array like I think it will? No. Invalid get index 0 on base array area 2D. Is it because it's area 2Ds? What's the size of the array? It should have 2 values in it. So it should have a 0 and a 1 as far as like addressable locations go. Okay. I'm gonna go back to printing this. I tried finding 1 instead of 0. That's an interesting idea. Yeah, let's try that. Sure. It should just fucking start at 0. Yeah, it's still mad about looking for 1. Okay. So let's turn you into a comment. Let's make sure this still works where we can print... Yeah, I want to print potential food source berries. That is the second array. Should give me a 0 and then a 0, 0. Did it do it? It did do it. Okay. Huh. I'm like, it's a fucking array, bro. This is new. This is 3 years ago. This could be Godot 3, not 4. Damn. What would any do? Ooh, any greater than 5. That's cool. You can print any value that's greater than 5 from your array. That's cool. Assign, back, B search, clear, count, duplicate, erase, fill, filter, find, front, get typed, as, hash, insert, is empty, is read only, is same type, is typed. Okay, so yeah, I don't think any of these are going to be the way that I actually get a value. Oh, maybe, I guess this was the operator that was mentioned. Returns a reference to the element of type variant at the specified location. Array start at index 0. Index can be a 0 or positive value. Start from the beginning, or a negative value to start at the end. Oh yeah, that's a really cool thing. You can get the end of an array by putting in -1. So if you don't know how long your list might be, you don't know that like, oh, my list is going to be 25 things long, so the last one is number 24. You can do -1, according to the video I watched, although now that video seems to not be correct. What am I missing from here? Is there a problem that I'm trying to do it in the physics process? Maybe let's move it into the ready process? Let me see. So then ready's going to happen. We're going to go through all of these things, and what I want to do is have this print work. No. No. So it seems like the problem is that the array knows it's an array of area 2Ds. And it's like I don't have an index 1. Invalid get index 1 on base array area 2D. I don't know. Let me search that. Trying to just do a little baby step at a time, and I'm just falling off a cliff over and over. You seem to have posted more code than would be reasonable for your issue. It means the array does not have a 0 element. Since the arrays are 0-based, that implies the array is empty. But it's not. But it's not though. But like I made it not empty though. Like if I print it, it's not empty. Like fuck you. Fuck you, Godot, it's not empty. You stupid fucking engine. Okay, well actually wait, now it's not printing anything, so maybe it is empty now that I moved it to the ready thing. Yeah, why aren't you fucking do this? Why you don't do? We're setting our potential food source equal to the overlapping areas from the resource detection scene. And then for each item in that, we are going through and getting the number of berries from each of those objects, and then making our new array. Why don't you work in the ready function? The fucking video guy's example works in the ready function. It just fucking does it. I guess he doesn't have a for loop. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna print... Backing it up. I'm gonna just print the regular food source one. That should just definitely exist. Ugh. It doesn't print anything. What the ready function? Are you stupid? You fucking stupid? What are you fucking doing? All right, fine. We're backing this up, putting it back in the physics process. So if I put it back in the physics process, then it will do it. But my current fear is that because the physics process is trying to do this every single fucking frame, that might be fucking with trying to print a single value. Although no, because it shouldn't, because it builds the array and then it just leaves it alone once the array is the right size. Okay, so we're gonna go back to trying to print the 0th value. Well, value 0, which is the first value, I suppose is the way to say that, actually. Okay. And it's still just like, no, nah, fam. No, thank you. The problem is that you're not adding elements to your array before the code executes. But it's supposed to execute in order. Okay, so what if instead... What if we did an else in here? And then we put it in there. What if we put it in the else? Oh, right, no, we need to do like an else and then a colon, and then we're okay? You cool with that? Else do this thing? Oh, no, because the if is further in. I just like saw the color of the 4 and assumed it was the if statement. Okay. Now it has to do these things and then do the other thing. I swear to fucking God. Don't crash. Oh my God, it didn't crash. Okay. So that's like fucking weird. I thought things were supposed to execute in like line order. But no, if we have print out here, shut up, it's fine, go away else. If we have print out here, it's gonna try to print this before this for loop finishes. And like, I swear to fucking God, I've been explicitly told and from like every fucking source that it's not gonna do that, it's gonna go in order. But it doesn't. So then if we put it into here and make it part of the if else statement, then it's okay, because now it's running after we've created this array. But previously it was trying to print a value from an array that had no values, and it just like fucking can't. Shit. In that set of videos from this guy. What's your name? ACB Games. That's cute. It's like ABC, but it's not. He specifically explains a way to prevent this with arrays. Fuck. My God, I need to like take notes. I need to treat this shit like a fucking class that I go to, that I'm spending thousands of dollars a quarter to attend, and like write that shit down. Maybe screen caps? No, you need like text with it. Yeah, I should probably write it down. And I know he explained it in one of the 3 videos I watched this morning. Oh, well, that's okay. We have it in the right order, so it should be fine. So fine. Okay, so then now I know how to get that value. Great. But now the problem is if I just put more code below this, it's going to happen at the same time as the for loop, and this needs to happen after. So I guess it could just be part of the else for testing, and then we could move it out of that when we put it in the correct spot. No, because it's still going to all try to run. It's still going to all try to run when we put it in the correct spot. The correct spot is the lower function that will activate when Raticate is looking for food. Okay, so I guess I need to leave this in the else. And I guess that would be okay. Like we have the for loop that builds this up. No, actually, no, this wouldn't be okay because this else is only triggering the second time the for loop goes off. Okay, so maybe I just put in like a line that says like wait or something. I don't fucking know. God damn it. Okay, so either way, fuck, I've kind of lost track of what I'm doing. All I was trying to do was figure out that is how to say, give me the first item. Give me the first item in your list. Potential food source. So then, actually, the real thing to test is, can we get it for the berries one? That should still be okay. Great. Okay. And it's like, yeah, the first one is 0. Okay. Then fuck yeah, how do I set this up to not fucking do this? Make sure that when the code executes, the array is guaranteed to have at least one element. Dude, like the lines above it, give it a fucking element. That's so annoying. You could be wrong, but the potential food source is mirroring what's in the get overlapping areas. Potential food source is never adding any value. If I want to add a value to an array, I need to do append. Okay, so then, but then if that's true, like I know for a fact that we're, oh my God, this printed so many zeros. That the next array, the potential food source berries. God, maybe I should change that to number of berries. Like this is an actual array. Because I'm printing it. I'm printing this and it's like actually an array. But if I try to print it outside of here, it will fail. Like this should crash. And so like it's definitely adding the values, but it adds them later, like in here. For some reason. I don't understand why this for loop doesn't finish doing its shit before we move on to this. And like that's the problem. And that makes absolutely no sense to me. So we are still having the same problem you're mentioning, but even if I'm looking at an array that I did append values to. Why would it do that, man? Adobe weird. Yeah, I this is something I really need to understand. Godot for not executing code in line order? Like what? Wait, this person's problem is their first line of code is being read before the second line. Yeah, isn't that what you want? Like, I have to be misunderstanding this, but like, in theory, if this code does not read from top to bottom, then it makes no fucking sense because I'm defining a bunch of variables at the top that are then used as we go down. So like, nothing should fucking work. Nothing should fucking work if this fucking thing doesn't run from top to bottom. And so maybe there's some extra weird bullshit about like the physics process is trying to do all these things at the same time. Okay, they want to, their question specifically is they want 2 lines of code to be read simultaneously. Their title sounds insane. You could connect multiple functions to signals. Okay, so then maybe Godot for physics process. Like, ooh, code line order? So let's look for the word order in here. It does not appear in here. Okay, thank you. Even though it says it does. Cool, cool. Love that, Google. You're so great. I love that for you. Godot will process in the exact order in which the nodes are listed in the tree. Okay, so that's not just the script. Okay, it's gotta be. I really feel like, not confident enough to say it's gotta be. It really feels like this has something to do with the fact that this is a physics process. And it is trying to do like everything at the same time if it can. Because the idea would be like in here you'd have a bunch of, let's say you have the physics process for like the world of your game and you have like rocks falling and the enemies shooting arrows, the I don't know, the sun moving and shadows changing where they are based on the sun. Like you wouldn't want those to execute in order, you'd want them all to execute at the same time. Okay. That seems reasonable. And then that means that I can't use this. So, fuck. And then when I put it in the ready function, it's like not working. Mother? Fuck. I don't know. Maybe I could just set this to run when I press like down on the UI or something. Shoot. I think in the next video he does that. He just has a thing. I don't think you actually have to connect a signal to be able to just do a simple thing like that. Oh, shit. Okay. There's number 12. Where is that? Now he just has it in the ready function. Oh, he puts it in the physics process. Oh, fuck me, bro. Okay, so then fine. Then I guess maybe if this is not working here and I want to make sure it will work elsewhere, then let me just move it elsewhere now, and I will deal with the annoyance of having to wait for Raticate. So yeah, just whatever physics process you just pass, or just fucking. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna set his hunger to 51, and then what we're specifically trying to do is at best food needs to happen. We do it like this. If not, array.isEmpty, and then print. Well, okay, so what sucks is the reason that I want the value to print is because then I'm trying to do something with that value. So then in my thought process is like, the first thing to do is make sure you're printing that value. So now if you can print the value at that point, then that means you can do something with that value, because the value, you're confirming the value exists before you start calculating things or using it in reference to something. So my problem isn't necessarily that I can't. It's like the problem isn't really that I can't print the value, but you make sure that the array isn't empty first. But it's like, what do I do if the array is empty? Like, I need the array to not be empty because I want to calculate things with it. If the array is empty, sure, it sucks that the game crashes, but the real problem, that's the real reason that's a problem, is then I can't do anything with those values because like they don't exist at a point I think they should exist. At a point where I'm about to be like, so let's take that value and use it for something. And so then whatever code I'm trying to run with it isn't going to work, even if the game doesn't crash, because when I try to grab that value, it just like doesn't fucking exist. So I'm going to try putting it where it needs to go. And then we'll see. So okay, so now what's going to happen is then when Raticate gets hungry, then this code is going to run because he's going to look for somewhere to get food. And so then maybe if this isn't in the physics process, this will be okay. But then I think the game will still crash because he's expecting to get something out of this function. Yeah, we need to set target prop equal to get best food. And so then we need to be returning a target prop. Or, sorry, we need to be returning a prop. This needs to end with some kind of prop. So I guess I can just try to construct it. I guess actually we could just return... You think you know now, it's because the berry value is 0 by default. So I don't add anything to the array in the first loop. But it adds both of the 0 values. It's like it is adding the value 0 to the array. Because the resulting array is it's 0 and then 0. I think part of what you're saying is right, which is that it's not adding it. It's not adding it when this tries to print it. When this is in the physics process and this tries to print the first value in the array, there is no value there. That is definitely true. But the array very quickly gets populated with 2 zeros. There are 2 bushes in Raticate's sniff zone, and those 2 bushes each have 0 berries. So the second array that has the number of berries for each of those bushes is just 0, 0. And that definitely gets populated because it prints it out. It prints out 0, 0, like open bracket 0, 0, close bracket. So for some reason, it's just trying to run this for loop at the same time that it prints this. I don't think it's just skipping over it. I think they're trying to do it at the same time because of something with how the physics process works. I don't know. Okay, so then what I want to do is figure out... Did I take... Right, I stopped this from being an export variable. So I think I might just make this a new export variable so this thing won't fail. Target prop, right? That's what it needs to be. So that I can at least be screwing around with this. All code runs in order, you think? So it shouldn't be that? Yeah, that's what's just fucking with my brain. It's supposed to go in order. If it doesn't all go in order, none of it works. Like, your variables might not be defined before you do stuff with them. It makes no sense. And my only guess would be that the physics process tries to run as many things at the same time as possible in parallel. It's chaos and everything would fall apart. Yeah, exactly. So, like, maybe the physics process works differently and it tries to run things in parallel because it's a physics process, and the goal is you'd want as many things going on at once as you could handle. If you have like a multi-core processor, maybe it wants to put those on different cores to execute them all at the same time so the game will run smoothly, even while it's calculating a bunch of stuff in the background. Like, I don't fucking know. Okay, so we're setting target prop equal to actor get best food. God damn it, what the fuck? I need to, okay, hold on. I need to like open a backup and look at, I don't understand the syntax for like how I have this set up. It like doesn't make sense to me. Let's see. I just import you and then all you have to do is go to, oh my god, where is Godot project? Oh, you're in my documents. Stop doing that. Fucking, I have told you, you have a parent fucking folder that's in C. Don't put shit in my documents and then yell at me about how you can't access that shit, you stupid program. Okay, so it's in my backups. I just want to open the most recent backup, that folder. We're gonna call it Soviet Scribe. Oh no, right. Yeah, you're right. It has to. I'm not naming it. That's the address. Sure. Okay. So how was this running before? I need to go look at Radicate, and I need to look at Radicate's script, and specifically the... Okay, so the get best food function literally just returns food. Okay. And that is what I took out as a prop. That is the problem. So for now, don't save. So then for now, we go back to Radicate. And this is the one I need to export. I don't need target prop exported. I didn't go back far enough in the chain. Okay, so we're going to set food again, and then we're just going to make... Shit, I've been putting the... Oh no, I was putting this in the wrong spot. Fuck, it's the get best food thing. That's the thing we should be fucking with. Shoot. Okay. So then, actually... First, I need to make sure to assign food. Oh. You don't have an option? Shit. Oh, no, I need to do it in the parent world. Okay, so save everything. Find Radicate. Assign his food, which we'll just set as Bush 1. So when things don't work, he's going to go to Bush 1. Then once we get all this code working, we're going to be printing each step of the way to make sure things work. Then finally, we will change this. The final step will be changing this assignment to be whichever bush is the correct bush to go to. And then we'll prove that it works by making some bushes have no berries and making sure he chooses the one that has the berries. Okay, so now that's correct, and then I was wrong. This isn't the function that I should be fucking with, so that's bad. Hopefully I didn't... Nope, I want all of this. All of this is part of what I've been doing. So that needs to be in here. And then we're still going to return food. This function is still going to just return food until we can change it to return the proper bush ID. And then that value is taken by the behavior tree script and will be used properly to send Radicate on his way to that bush, to the proper bush. But then I need to look at and see what the hell was in is at best food. It was probably just return current prop equal to food. Yeah, because the whole point is that this runs and then current prop is only set to be food if he's like right next to it. And so then when we're running this when we aren't at the food source already. Okay, so hopefully that's good. It might not be. Okay, so then let's just set Radicate. Radicate's food is set to be at 51, so he starts hungry. Then when he goes to check to find the best food source, he's going to run this for loop and print this value. And then he's also going to just head over to bush 1. So now let's see if we're not in the physics process, if these things will execute in order. No. it immediately crashes. Actually, okay, I want to double check something. If we make him not hungry, and we currently have his hunger meter not increasing, then it just shouldn't crash, right? It's not going to try to run that for loop. Great. Okay. I understand that much. Okay. So we set this back to 51. Now the game will immediately crash when we run it because of the fact that this is trying to do something it can't do. Okay. So Smallbrain had suggested just making it print or making it check to not print. Don't print anything if it's empty. But that doesn't help me because the whole purpose of this is I need this to not be empty. The whole point is this print thing is just a proof of being able to grab this value at this point. So maybe there is some reason that I am telling this to happen. So what should happen is Raticate is hungry, and then he decides, okay, I got to figure out where to go. And then this code runs. When that happens, we're taking a variable, the array that we defined as potential food source, and we are setting it equal to the overlapping areas, Raticate sniff zone. In this case, that's going to be two bushes. Then for each of those bushes, we look at a different array, and that array starts empty. And if the size of that array is smaller than the previous array we were discussing, the array with the two bushes, then we are going to find the number of berries for the first bush and add that to the second array. And we keep doing that until our first array and our second array are the same size. And then just to check, like if I put this as part of the if statement, are you still mad about that? Because I'm inside there, I'm asking you to print. Oh my God, Raticate just immediately, okay, so it does function. Raticate just immediately runs to get food and is printing all of his other success and fail messages. God, that is an annoying aspect of this. Not a smart way to deal with things. Okay, so here's a really interesting thing. Oh no, that makes sense. Okay, so because this is part of the for loop, what happens is it checks to see is the second array smaller than the first array? Okay, it is. I need to get the bush from the first array and add in a berry, the number of berries. So then it does that, and then we print out that berry value. Actually, no, we're printing the whole array. So we print in the entirety of array 2, and it's like, yeah, that's just the number 0. And then we grab the first item in that array, which again, just the number 0. Then we restart the loop, and we do the same thing. Now we add a second value into the array, print the whole array, and then print the first value of the array once again. Okay, so that fully makes sense, and it works in here. It doesn't work when you back it out to here. This is so frustrating. I need to look this up again. Code not executing in order. Why is my code not working? Hmm. That's... It's weird to not find a discussion about this directly. Which makes me feel like I just don't understand this. This isn't a problem that happens. My problem is something else and I just don't get it. Okay, you're just indented once, right? You're just indented once because you're part of this function. And that's how we do that. Bro, why would you not work? Okay, what if I just put like a wait in here? What if I just make you wait? What if we just wait a tiny amount of time? God, this is so stupid. This should not be happening. I don't fucking understand. If anybody watches this on YouTube, just please come tell me why. I could always try asking ChatGPT. Holy shit. I don't think I signed up or connected my Google account to it during the beta, but I don't know if that's still connected. Teamworm, you want to ask ChatGPT? How small of a fucking time can you do? 0.01 seconds? How about 0.001? Can you handle that? No, let's try 0.01 and let's see what happens. Oh, trying to call an async function without a wait. Shit. Right, this was a problem I had before. The things about behavior trees, the thing about behavior trees is they cannot wait. There is something about the way that they work. And I don't know what an async function is. I guess I should learn about that. But it's like maybe I need a wait elsewhere as well. I don't know. You don't have enough context to ask it. Yeah, for sure. Being async seems like a clue. Yeah, so yeah, I should look up async functions for sure so I can understand. If I'm working with behavior trees, it would be nice to be able to not have these error messages. So first, let's just find out about async functions. This is just how to do them. What are async functions? I mean, like, it's an asynchronous function. So it's a function that's not happening in sync. In sync with what? With the rest of the code? Async functions. I relative new to Godot. Oh, you poor person. Hopefully they speak some other language better than they speak English. Fuck. So all of these questions, like all of these things are about asynchronous functions, and Google seems to think that the word await is just you can just replace async with await. I feel like if you're gonna have an error message that said you tried to call an async function, like if I look up async function, that like your shit should come up. Show me the online documentation. Let's go back there. It's gonna just show me a bunch of things with the word function. All right, async. You better have the word async in the fucking title. You motherfuckers. Okay, they don't. All right, so we just don't get to know what async functions are. All right. You know, okay, hold on. What if just like not Godot? Just give me like a general... What is that? An async function declaration creates an async function object. Very helpful, very helpful. Wikipedia, sure. Why is that not the top result? I'm invited to join the Bay Area Wiki Picnic at Mission Dolores Park on Saturday, August 17th. No, thank you. The async/await pattern is a syntactic feature of many programming languages that allows an asynchronous non-blocking function to be structured in a way similar to an ordinary synchronous function. It is semantically related to the concept of a coroutine and is often implemented using similar techniques. Primarily intended to provide opportunities for the program to execute other code while waiting for a long-running asynchronous task to complete. Okay, so then an async function is like, go do other stuff while I wait. Like I've got to wait. The code tells me I got to wait 2 minutes before I run the rest of this, so other stuff could happen. And that is... We did that without await? But... Did we? Did we, bro? Like, I put await. It says await. I didn't do it without await. Shit. Shit, bro. Okay. So maybe there's a way that I can bury this thing inside of this, the rest of what I need to do. I can just put it inside of this for loop, but I don't think so. Yeah, small brain. I think it's because of behave. It always brings me to a behave script. Although interestingly, it brings me to the behave script that runs this function. And it says the problem is the line that runs this function. So then like, okay, probably the problem is how behave interacts with this function. And it makes sense at a very high level to me. That's the best understanding I get of this. Very broad, very vague. I guess maybe that's a low-level understanding. I don't know, like less specific. My very unspecific understanding of how behavior trees work is that they're constantly going. They need to always be going. That's like their rule. And if they're not always going, then they fucking stop working. And that's not okay. Okay, so then like conceptually, what would happen if I put this else in here? I think it just isn't going to print this because right, because we only needed the if thing because of the way that it was in the physics process and it was trying to run it over and over. So what if we just took that out and we just run the for loop and we just append everything and then we print that? Let's just see if that shit saved while the guy was running. Usually it yells at me for that, I guess. Whatever specific data I was saving wasn't constantly being accessed. Okay. Okay. So that's interesting. We still have the output overflow, even though this isn't in the physics process anymore. And I didn't just like duplicate it. I cut it, right? Yeah. There's nothing in the physics process. Yeah, small brain, that's a good idea. Now, the confusing thing about that, though, like thinking that maybe it's just skipping this the first time it goes. Then like how do you solve that? Like when the code runs, it's supposed to do this. It's supposed to make the first array. Then it's supposed to do something with that array. Yeah, that would be my thought, is that then it would crash while trying to do the loop. Because again, I'm telling it to do something that it can't do. But it can do it. It does it just fine. And I guess now I also have I don't understand why it keeps running. You think the bush isn't instantiated yet, so it isn't overlapping anything, and then I'm printing it. Okay, so the confusing thing about that to me is that then like why does hitting tab twice and putting this as part of this work? I guess because it would only be happening if the for loop is going. I also have another problem to solve, which is that I thought it was printing like crazy and filling the array like crazy because it was in the physics process and being told to rerun over and over. This should only run once. I need to look at Radicate. I guess I am trying to run this constantly. Shit. Okay, so I need to restructure this so that it's not just constantly trying to refill the array. But yeah, small brain, maybe you're right. And the for loop will only execute if there's something overlapping. And then that print function is just going off no matter what. Okay, so I have a different problem to solve first. Which is that I need this to only just run once. So what is supposed to happen? Raticate decides he's hungry, and then this goes to check to see if he's at his best food source. And so what we're doing is we're saying, okay, Raticate, your target is your best food source. So we were calculating best food source elsewhere, and we're telling you, okay, set your target to that. And then we have some if statements. This one is if you're close, then you would just say you're there. Your target is where you currently are. And then in Raticate's script, we check to see if those two are the same thing. And then we just decide, okay, that means you are at your best food source. If those things are equal, you're at your best food source. All this code should be together. It's weird that I have them separated. I think I just did it how I thought it made sense. It's annoying to read. I have to remember that I have a function. Or I have to remember what this function does. I guess I could control click it to go to it, but still annoying. So then if he's there, if he's at his best food source, then we print success. And if he's not, then we print failure. So no, this should only run once. Because then the way a selector works is it tries to do its first thing. And then if that fails, then it's going to go on to the next thing and try that. It's trying to get a success. So if this succeeds, if we get success, then we move on to the eat action. Right? Because this eat action should be part of a sequence, and the goal of a sequence is to do all of its things. So the sequence is like, am I hungry? Yes. Am I hungrier than I am thirsty? Yes. Okay. Then I need to figure out, am I at my best food source? No. Then I need to go to my best food source. Or am I at my best food source? Yes. Okay, great. In either of those situations, we now have arrived at our food source, and so we can eat. So this should just be running once. I don't know why this is ticking multiple times and printing a bunch, just like the physics process was. I mean, I guess I can fix it. I can fix it by having the same safeguard that I put in before. But then that means I also don't understand this part either. But like, okay, great. So that safeguard that I already coded fixes this problem. But then now back to the weird array issue. So, okay. So I think I know a way to check if Smallbrain's assertion is correct. Let's put this back to the way it was, which is that Raticate starts at 48 hunger, and when it's below 50, he doesn't do anything about it. And then we have a global timer. It's currently off. We should turn it to auto start. So now the timer is on. Now Raticate's hunger will increase by 12 after 5 seconds. After this 5-second timer runs out, Raticate's hunger is going to increase by 12. So by then, all the fucking crap should be instantiated. 5 seconds is so much time for the game to load all of its resources. Let's see if this dumb thing crashes again or if it can print those values. The moment Raticate starts running, I'm going to close it because that means he's hungry and he knows to move. And that should be when we print things. Okay. Ooh, it didn't crash. It didn't crash. Okay. So those 3s are the number of berries. Oh my god, dude. I clicked it right when I saw it. But we should also see... there we go. Here are the arrays. Okay. Okay, so Smallbrain, I think you're right. this thing is running before everything is instantiated. And so then either this doesn't run because it finds nothing, or it does run and it just makes an empty array. The array of overlapping areas is empty. And so then the for loop goes to do it for every x, but x is just 0. There's no values in there. And so then that's fine. It just doesn't, it's like, yeah, I'll do this 0 times for you, buddy. Boom, you want to see me do it again? And then the problem happens when I say try to print the first value. And then it's like, oh no, you're asking me to print the first value of a thing that has no values. And then just crash and burn. Okay. Great. So then this shouldn't actually ever be a problem. Okay. So in the future, this actually could be a problem because what I had thought is when a player goes to a new area, let's say that area is supposed to have Raticate and Pidgeotto and let's just those two. Let's Raticate and Pidgey, Rattata and Pidgey, whatever. It's like the first route in Pokemon. But my vision of a game like Pokemon is having them be visible in the world map, out and about doing stuff. My thought was I would spawn them with random values of hunger and thirst and fatigue, so then they would all just kind of naturally appear in the world and then start doing stuff. So if I ever spawn a Raticate that's hungry, then the game would crash based on how this code is. Yeah, so Small Brain, I think that is the thing to do to make sure the array isn't empty before we go on to do things. So then I guess we just put an if here, and then that if is just going to be like if the array isn't empty. And that's so the specific array is potential food source berries. I guess we could do if yeah, shit. How do we actually do if it's empty or not? I know Small Brain posted it. Is underscore empty. And then that'll return a value. Shit. Is underscore empty. You don't know the exact syntax for sure. So it does look like is empty is the thing to do. So if is empty equals false. Shit, actually, will it tell me when I'm typing this out if that's like a bool? Are you come on. I know you were just doing it. Will you like to just tell me it's a bool? Let me like float over you and see. Okay, we're just gonna assume it's a Boolean value. So then if is empty is false, that would mean it's not empty. If it's not empty, then go ahead and print a value. You probably need a colon. No, you don't want that. Oh my God. Yeah. Don't assign it. Check equivalency. Oh my God, dude. I'm so bad at this. I'm so fucking bad at this. It's hilarious. We're getting there though. I think if I can do this, pretty much anybody can do this. Okay, so now the game doesn't crash. Right, well, it wasn't crashing anyway. Oh. Well, it can't get that index. Excuse you? Okay, did I just think about this incorrectly? Yeah, so if it's not empty, then I can print values. Oh, the empty is a function, right? So it could have like a return value. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, well, what did I just say? I'm fucking bad at this. No, that would be... Nah, dude, it's okay. Not only do I not understand things like syntax, but I do that shit all the time. Crazy Pants will get mad at me because she thinks I'm fucking with her, but like sometimes I'll remember that like we need to at a certain stoplight to get to like Home Depot or something. It's better to go left than right. And then like at first I think the best way is right. And so then eventually I'm like, no, we go the way I don't think. So we need to go left. Left is the smarter way. And then eventually the way I don't think is the right way. I forget which one that is. And then I'm like, I don't know which way we need to go. And she's like, but you knew before and now you don't. How do you not? It's fucking, cause shit just gets flipped in your head. It's fucking hard. That's why you have this name for sure. It's a good reminder. That's honestly similar to why my name is Subpar Sep. It's a reminder that, you know, I fuck stuff up sometimes. It's okay. It's gotta be okay. Cause like, imagine if it wasn't. Imagine living your life and it's not okay to mess anything up. Like that would be terrible. That's why I'm not a doctor, because I fuck things up. I would kill people. It would be not good. Turks just loving Turks. Yeah. Yeah, that's a better, that seems like a much sweeter outlook on life. I have to remind myself that it's okay to be a failure at things. And you're just like, I like dragons. Yeah. Yeah, that's much nicer. If only. If only. Okay, so let's test this again. Failure is only a failure if it stops you. That's a good way to view that. It doesn't feel that way. Okay, so it didn't crash, but then now what I actually want to do is I want to turn the timer back off, and I want to just have Raticate instantly start as a little hungry boy. So Raticate will just start hungry, and then we'll just make sure before it was crashing, but now it shouldn't be crashing. He can just zoom on over to his food. Oh wow, he just starts before I can even see anything. He's just like fucking nose deep in a bush. Oh shit. That is Raticate's recommendation for how to have a good life. Spend your time nose deep in a bush. Okay, so great. It absolutely works. Wonderful. Now we can move on. Two fucking hours later or whatever it is, we can move on. So, well, like, what am I even doing now? I now have the values. So I want to take these values and I want to do a while loop. Because I want to look at the first value and be like, are you 0? No, you're not 0. So then this bush has a berry. Okay, send Raticate to that bush. Or I want to look at it and be like, oh shit, you're 0? Okay, let's go to the next one. Are you 0? Okay, let's go to the next one. Are you 0? And then finally find one that's not 0. Ooh, but if we don't find one, then we've got to send Raticate off somewhere. Are you 0? No, am I? Somebody is 0. Hopefully nobody. Hopefully all the bushes are not 0. Okay, so how are we gonna do this? I'm gonna turn you into a note. We'll leave you there. So if okay, I need to back up a step more even. Because sure, in here we need a while loop that's like, if it's empty, don't like I need the while loop to be inside here. Because then the while loop will only go off if the array has values in it. If the array that's filled with berries filled with the number of berries that correspond to the bushes. If that is full of numbers, then we want to do our while loop. But what happens if there are no bushes around? Then Raticate needs to kind of be, he needs to be moving. He needs to look around for stuff. You're gonna turn me into a nope. Okay. So like conceptually, what the hell do we do with that? Because that's gonna happen first, potentially. So move Raticate. Put the bushes down here. Get the player close by but out of the way. So if Raticate spawns like this, then we need the code to understand what to do if if nothing comes up. And maybe what we could do is we could look at our second array and be like, does this array have any values in it that are greater than 0? Or I guess specifically what we would say is if there are no values greater than 0, then Raticate needs to like walk. He needs to just like, he needs to choose, he needs to choose a point. Yeah, how do we do that? Okay, well, I'm running out of time. But regardless of that, I think it would be smart to kind of outline this. Okay, so we're gonna kind of change what we're going for anyway. Okay, so we have array 1, which is the location of every bush Raticate can smell. And then we make array 2, which is the number of berries on each of those bushes. And then these are the things we actually need to do. We have the other things we're done with. If Raticate finds... Let's see, I guess, what do we... Maybe, yeah, the simplest trigger. I already would know how to do this. If array 1 is empty. After sniffing. The sniffing is just, that means we're in the part of the behavior tree where it's like the part of the tree that's find food. And I want a cute little animation. Oh my god, I can't wait. We're like 2-3 months from now, I'm gonna be done with the lore. I'm gonna be doing like cute little animations for my monsters. Make a fun little sniff animation. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be so chill. So rewarding. But not now. Okay. Back to the thing. So if array 1 is empty, then Raticate needs to relocate. And so I need to figure out a way, like what I feel like what we want to do is we want to like choose a point on the nav mesh and be like, go there. We don't just want him to choose random points over and over, because then he might just kind of stay in the same spot. That's not good. Like if you were looking for food, you wouldn't just walk in a tiny circle. You'd be like, oh, let me go all the way over here. And the whole time, since Raticate can do this just fine, he'll be sniffing the whole time. So we're gonna have to kind of like update Raticate's code, because right now we're only capable of sending Raticate toward either a building, which is his den, or toward 2 different kinds of objects, bushes and water ponds. So then what we need to do is we need to have a new kind of destination that he can go to. And that needs to just be, maybe we'll call it like wandering. No, that's too aimless. I think that would be a good term for his like idle animation, where he would just be kind of like roaming around, sniffing, chilling, not really, he doesn't have a goal in mind other than just to enjoy himself at that moment. Maybe we'll call it searching. Maybe it's searching for water, maybe it's searching for food. And so then what we would do is choose a point on the nav mesh and have him go to it. And then if he gets there and he doesn't find anything, he chooses a new point on the nav mesh. I kind of want it to be smarter than that. We could maybe, each map could have some like invisible objects. Like what if So let's say berries only spawned on the sand. I could have a few little like almost like they're like way markers, like markers that are invisible to the player. You can't interact with them at all. You don't know they're there. But Raticate would choose one of those and he would go to it. And on his way he sniffs for bushes. And so then that way he would never accidentally go up into a spot that has no bushes. We would choose the kind of diet he has. So for every different enemy we would create, every different creature, we would choose their diet. That diet would inform what kind of goalposts they could seek out. And so then all I would have to do is put in the goalposts that are like, okay, these are where berries spawn. These are where apple trees spawn. These are where, for people hunting, I might have to put the location of the, holy shit. If Pidgeotto hunts Raticate and Pidgeotto is hungry, Pidgeotto needs to go where Raticates would go. So then Pidgeotto would need to look at the diet waypoints of Raticate. So Pidgeotto would go look around berry bushes, not for berries, but to hunt Raticate. That's interesting. Okay. So structuring it like that seems to make sense. So then we need to set up like waypoints. Maybe I'll think about this. I'll have the weekend. And then still the plan is once I fucking finish making this work, then we're going to reorganize everything. And that'll probably be the time to really formalize the way that waypoints are going to be like a component. We need to set smell points. Well, I feel like they're not really smell points. They're like smell on the way to these points. Kind of. And I guess what they would represent is like Raticate would kind of know like the general areas in his memory that he's smelled berries before. So he would kind of know to walk through these areas looking for berries. So he's going to be smelling the whole way. Every step of the way he's going to keep sniffing just in case he finds something on the way. You know, like let's say he's like this. He doesn't smell anything, but then he decides to head over to a waypoint that's over here. The moment he moves over, then he doesn't have to get all the way over to here. He now has a bush he can sniff, and then maybe that bush will have some food. I don't know. I might also consider if I dial the ambitions back a bit, which maybe is the smart thing to do, maybe randomly spawning berry bushes is the thing to do for the sequel, when I have more knowledge and potentially maybe 1 or 2 people to help me code. Maybe the thing to do would be we have spots where berry bushes spawn, and so then I'll just send Raticate to the waypoints that I would put next to those berry bushes. Like he'll know, like, oh, there's berry bushes over here, and he'll come check. Be like, oh no, there wasn't any food there. Okay, I'll go to the next closest ones. There's some berry bushes over here. I'm gonna sniff around. Okay, there's none there. I'll go over here, sniff around. None there. Okay, I'll just keep, like, he'll keep going in order. He'll go from spot 1 to spot 2 to spot 3. But either way, I think it would be good to make that waypoint a component that I can just bring in, place them around where the berry bushes are, or make one for apple trees, put them near the apple trees, whatever. Yeah. Okay. So if he sniffs and array 1 is empty, then he needs to relocate. And that is going to take some, I'm going to have to do some research. Let me, research nav mesh and random area. No, because actually, no, we wouldn't need to, right? Because the whole point of what I just said is that we're going to have waypoints, so he could just choose a waypoint. He'll just like roll the dice, choose a waypoint, go toward it. Okay, that's fine. Great. So we made the problem something I don't actually have to, learn anything new for. Great. Okay. So then if array 1 isn't empty, then we fill array 2 with values of berries. Then if array 2 has only zeros. Actually, maybe we should say has no non-zeros. I don't know what function I would use to check this. I guess we can look at arrays, right? Oh yeah, so we could just check the max value. Right? That's what that's going to be? The maximum value. Okay, cool. So, nope, it was a different tab, not a different window, buddy. Not that tab. Not that, bro. You're just clicking tabs. It was the next one. You were close, you dumbass. Okay, so if array 2.max is 0, right? The highest number is 0. Then Raticate, then this thing. Then we just plug Raticate into doing that. Then he needs to relocate again. So step 1 and step 3 are essentially the same, except they each have a different check. If there's no bushes, or if there's no berries on the bushes. Either way, there's no food. So Raticate will need to relocate and try again. And then we would just do else. If array 2 max is greater than 0, which is just going to be an else. Then Raticate heads toward that bush. Oh yeah, I guess with array 2 max, we could easily just have Raticate go toward the bush that's in his zone with the most berries. Cool. Okay. And now I know how to do that because I know how to get the corresponding number. We would get the number of the max value, and then we would let's say it was the second value of array 2. That means the bush that has those berries is the second value in array 1. So we send Raticate toward that. We choose that as his target prop. Cool. Great. Okay. Okay, so timing-wise, this seems to be pretty perfect. We got 4 minutes left, but that's okay. We can just end a little early. I don't want to jump back into doing this stuff. Oh my god, this shit is so confusing. Making games is hard is a joke thing that people say whenever who is it? Bungie? Yeah, whenever Bungie fucks up Destiny, people jokingly say making games is hard, and it absolutely is. But you know, it's very low stakes. If I screw this up, nobody's gonna die. Oh god, hopefully. Oh my god. Guess if I accidentally like had something in a game that gave somebody a seizure, you could probably kill somebody. So, okay, you know, it's mostly low stakes, mostly. All right, so then that means we're done. Let me check something real quick. Do I have? If I go to face, do I have my mic? Oh, maybe. Okay. All right. The heavy ammo bug, never forget. Dude, that shit was crazy. Okay, so before I go, well, at least the heavy ammo bug I'm thinking of is, shit, it was like there was a way to spawn heavy ammo. Oh no, the heavy ammo bug that you're talking about is when is that sometimes your heavy ammo would just be deleted. The thing I was thinking of is there was a bug before Crota where after beating Iryut, people would do something that took fucking forever to like ensure they could have a bunch of heavy ammo. And so then the result was like you're just like sitting around for a long ass time so that people could make sure they had enough ammo on Crota, which like, woof. It was losing 1 ammo every respawn from the raid boots. Yeah, I didn't remember it being that specific. That shit was really frustrating. I remember them finally acknowledging it, and then people would, Bungie finally was like, it's way deeper. It goes way deeper than we thought. It's going to take forever. Like, we're going to do it. And they did finally fix it. If everyone would use all their heavy ammo because it would spawn a bunch. Yeah, maybe that was it. I thought you also had to use, like, all of your other ammo, too. I very distinctly remember, like, shooting my stupid, like, primary weapon because at that point, primary weapons didn't have infinite ammo. I thought you had to just get rid of all your fucking ammo or something. Whatever it was took forever. Getting rid of all your heavy ammo sounds like it would take a minute at most. But, you know, whatever. That shit's fucking crazy. I hope the only bugs in my game are silly and superficial and not something like that that's gonna, like, kind of ruin people's time. Maybe you had to use your special. Yeah, there was definitely something else to it. Definitely something else. Anyway, this is where we stop today. I hope you all have a happy Friday. Thanks for hanging out. Next week is going to be the same thing. It's going to be like a game dev sandwich. The coding is the bread. The lore is the meat. So Tuesday coding, Wednesday, Thursday lore, Friday coding. And it's going to be like that until I'm out of physical therapy and then can actually like play some games aggressively without wanting to die all night because my arms hurt. So anyway, I don't know. Fucking have a nice day. Have a nice Friday. Hope to see you around. Thanks for hanging out. Take care.